Hello, Tumblr. And those of you who are following the For Abused Kids bullshit, we have to put a huge trigger content warning for the following subjects: racism, race faking, rape,
faking.
what?
Poor faking.
Poor faking,
Trauma stealing.
trauma in general, nudity, pedophilia, CSA, porn, DDLG, addiction, miscarrying,
parental abuse.
I'm just re-saying what you're saying, but louder.
Trans med stuff.
Oh,
all turfy shit in general.
Turf. Trans misogyny, lesbophobia.
I think we said it already.
Homophobia.
Oh, yeah. Gaslighting?
Gaslighting is a big one.
Yeah.
Purposely triggering, being triggered. Psychosis will probably touch on that. I don't know. Theft, police.
Yeah.
Legal system. I think that's good.
Yeah. Oh, anti-Semitism.
And anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a big one. Okay.
Now, if you can still watch this video, if you can't, we'll probably have a bulleted list.
We'll work on that.
Yeah, it might take a while. But if you can still watch this video, that's great. And so we're going to start now. This video is about Tobias Lee Nicholas.
Or Isaiah Lee Nicholas. I do not know which one is his legal name. I just know that he most likely did change it, but what he calls himself depends on what social media you're following.
Yes, that, and we're probably going to misgender them because he has repeatedly and still does misgender me for the reason that when he met me, my pronouns were he, them. Now they are they, them. He knows this, but he's transphobic, especially against femmes. So...
yeah, also for the purpose of keeping things concise and matching up, we will most likely be referring to him as Tobias, because that is how we knew him, and the Isaiah name is very new and only came...
after we started calling him out.
Yeah, he changed his name immediately after the call-outs began, and changed his Tumblr URLs at that point. They're back to what they originally were.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No, there was For Abused Kids without any dashes before.
But... you know what I mean, because someone took it from him.
Oh.
Yeah. He changed it to Youth and Child Abuse, but now it's back to For Abused Kids. Alright.
1 second. I need to put that there.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay, there
It's
it is.
fine. It's
okay.
Fine. Okay. So I'm going to start because I've sadly known him much longer than Zane has.
But he hates me the most for some reason.
It's because you're femme and brown.
Yeah.
And you have more trauma. We can play the Oppression Olympics too, Tobias.
All right. Take it away, Ryan.
I met Tobias in 9th grade. That was before either of us came out as trans, and when Tobias was still calling himself white and upper middle class. So we met in phys ed because I moved to Providence and had no friends. I love when cats open doors and freak me out. And he also had no friends because he was strange.
Can I add that I thought that he was, disabled mentally?
Is that politically correct?
I mean, I'm also disabled mentally. I have brain damage, so I think I'm allowed to say it.
And I'm autistic, so...
But yeah, that's originally why I was so nice to him. I thought that there was basically something wrong with him in his brain, which made him a little different, and I can relate to that. So I thought, okay, you know what? This kid's gonna be my new best friend.
Over my freshman year of high school, I was playing with my gender identity and presentation because despite the fact that I had a horrible childhood and my mother was evil, the one thing she didn't enforce were strict gender roles. So I didn't really have the kind of gender dysphoria until I was going through puberty actively. And then I moved to Providence and found out that trans people were something that existed. And that was like, hey, I'm boy.
I'm boy. I'm baby.
I'm baby boy. So that's how that happened. and shit went down. Things were bad. I ended up in a very abusive relationship with a boy 2 years older than me who ended up raping me several times over a period of 3 months. I kept that a secret for half a year about that I was raped, and I also carried as a result. And after I had told Tobias, that's when all of a sudden his father sexually assaulted him and his sisters. Because obviously they were beaten with whips.
With whips, not with belts.
And sodomized with hairbrushes.
Yes.
Because
whips.
They were whipped, is what he said.
Yes, not with belts, with
Whipped.
an actual whip.
A whip.
Yes, okay. Glad we clarified that.
Yeah, Tobias also stole a miscarriage story because he just likes to take from anyone who is sad.
And we've both miscarried.
Yeah.
And he knows that. And now all of a sudden he's miscarried before, even though...
As a result of rape.
Sounds familiar.
Mood. Tobias also claims that his, I believe, first boyfriend, but I could be wrong, let's call him C, raped him over a year after the fact that they had broken up. And they had broken up because now Tobias was playing with his gender presentation during 10th grade. October.
She was trying to get him not to go in the litter box.
Sorry.
We have kittens.
Yeah. Tobias is originally coming out as agender and going by the name Texas. This is in my sophomore year of high school. Tobias and I are friends. We...
Yeehaw. You can keep going.
Gonna take my trauma to the Old Town Road.
To Tobias's brain. To Tobias's blog.
Okay. Also, another part of my life that I strongly believe Tobias has stolen from. I grew up poor, and my mother is racist, but also fetishizes black men. I have a black father. I was raised by a single mother because my dad was in prison for 14 years of my life. And she wasn't a good person. I was molested. I was beaten. I was.
She was a pedophile.
I was neglected. I already said I was molested.
I know, but I feel like it's important for the reason of what he said his father did. I think that's important to the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of bad shit. I went without food a lot, which is something that Tobias likes to say that he went through in his childhood. I was beaten with weird things like toothbrushes. Don't ask me how that happened. It just did.
Pow, pow, pow.
Yeah, it was the white woman's chancla. But the fact that I have a mother who hated me for looking like my father and having not entirely Scandinavian features is where Tobias gets a story about his mother not liking his dark skin and ethnic features. We all know what he looks like.
This is so very funny to me.
He is pale, translucent white with naturally blonde hair. It has white stripes in it. He's so fucking white. And blue eyes. He is literally Hitler's favorite.
That's anti-Semitic. Kind of. No, he looks like the Aryan race. Like,
Yeah.
we're not trying to be anti-Semitic. He literally looks like what Hitler was
He
trying
is
to be.
not anything but white.
Yes.
He is Aryan race to the exact definition. Like,
Yes.
this is how white this boy is.
Like, there's light skin, and then there's, like, white translucent skin, and you guys know what I'm talking about. He's white translucent. And this is coming from someone who lived with him.
Like, I'm a white mixed race person, but Tobias is white.
Translucent white.
Yes.
Yes. You can see his veins through his face.
A lot of the times, like, whenever he got close to someone in high school, he would change his identity a little bit to match up with whoever he wanted to emulate most. A lot of that was me, because he stole a lot of his trauma or oppression from me. I'm a gay trans man. I'm mixed race. I grew up with a single mother in a poor household, was neglected, victim of CSA over many things. I was raped. I miscarried. I am, like, up there in the oppression game.
This is a joke, by the way. We don't actually play the oppression game. This is a joke at Tobias. I feel
Going through all of my life and all of my problems is giving me a little bit of a panic attack, so I'm going to solve that with jokes. But, I was mean to him in high school because I thought he was gross. He weirded me out. He was very creepy about a lot of things and made me talk about a lot of things I probably wasn't ready to talk about. He would also shove stories of his so-called abuse down anyone's throat to anyone who would listen. I tried to get him to leave me alone. I told him I hated him. I was really mean to him because I wanted him to leave me the fuck alone and leave my life alone. I kind of wanted to see how far I could go before he would, like, just fucking stop. But he never did, is the thing. He never left me alone. It was kind of stalkerish to an extent because he would never, ever stop. Let's go through more of high school. Now we're in junior year. We're in junior year physics class. Tobias sat behind me, and he would often watch hardcore BDSM porn in class and show me. Because it stopped his panic attacks. Because he was raped. So therefore he has to watch hardcore BDSM porn to make it better.
I'm going to lose my shit.
Just to show, like, how privileged he was. He started testosterone in junior year. Or over the summer after it. Like, he started T as a minor. He also went to the hospital for, like, 4 or 5 months during junior year. That was not a problem. His parents, like, let him stay for as long as he had to because he had problems and they could pay for it because they are a family with wealth.
His father is a college professor at a private Christian or Catholic?
I think it's Catholic.
Catholic college. So he has money.
Yeah, like, he's been working there for a while, so he's got that tenure.
Yeah.
Like, his mother doesn't even really have to work, but she does, so she's not being a housewife.
Must be nice.
Yeah, so she basically works for her hobby because she works at a popular art store.
That I went to with my very artistic brother several times before I even knew Tobias.
Yeah, they live in a 3-bedroom house.
2 or 3 floors. Oh. The attic is the 3rd floor, but it's
no, they don't have an attic. Cause that's what's Tobias saying. He doesn't have an attic. He has a crawl space.
Yep.
It's a 2-floor house, unfinished basement, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. One's private because there's a master bedroom. Dining room, big ass living room, front room, and full kitchen with, like,
really
space in the middle.
Nice cabinet.
It's so nice. The appliances are, like, high end.
New.
Like, it's nice.
Like,
he and his sister live on the 2nd floor, like, by themselves. Like, the parents live in the master bedroom on the 1st floor.
Is very funny.
You know what I mean? They're at the very end of a private street in a rich white neighborhood.
Like, they're at a dead end.
Yeah, like, right next to a convent, too. Like, it's that nice kind of, like, neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like, it's good. Like, there's rabbits in the backyard. Kind of nice.
Yeah.
But, like, it's furnished amazingly. It's very neat, very clean. But you walk into Tobias' bedroom, you think you would walk into, like, the apocalypse. Writing all over the walls, dirty clothes, his turtle tank stunk up the room. He never cleaned that turtle tank.
That poor turtle. Do you think it's alive?
No, I don't think so.
I tried to get him to take care of it, too. I said I would do it, he said
no. He would often masturbate with random objects in his room and then leave them lying out on the floor. Yeah, and then not clean them.
That just made me feel sick.
Yeah, walking into his room, he would tell us not to touch certain things because they were in him. Endocrines.
Endocrines!
Endocrines. We're at endocrines and
Endocrines.
transmedicalism.
We have a bulleted list, by the way.
Yeah. I'm reading off my phone in case you see me looking down. Endocrines.
Endocrines.
So it's Halloween, I believe, of either was it 16 or I think it was 17.
It probably was 17.
Halloween 2017. We're doing a Halloween party at Alana's house because we're a friend group that gets together a lot. We do a lot of sleepovers. We're all fucking queer.
Wait, was I there?
No.
Then it was 16.
No, it was 17. You weren't around for Halloween 17. You met me in December
Oh,
17.
fuck, you're right. Yeah, I'm thinking Christmas party.
Brain damage. We're a group that has a lot of sleepovers. We're all queer. And all of our parents are very weirded out by this, I think. My mom thought I was dating Alana for like 2 years because of how close we were. But we're at a Halloween party, and it's like the middle of the night, and we're all in Alana's living room. And Tobias fucking starts talking about his home MRI machine.
They're not that wealthy.
They're not
first of
like
all.
the Trumps, but like they're upper middle class.
They're like a step under high class.
Yeah.
Top class. What's it? Is it high class or top?
First class.
First class. Maybe.
Maybe the 1% we can call it.
Yeah, they're like one step behind.
They're like in like the 20%.
Yeah.
They're high up there. I have been below the poverty line my whole life, so let me just tell
I
you,
think we still
it's
are.
nicer than anything I've ever experienced.
Same.
But he's talking about how he hooked up himself to his home MRI machine and masturbated so that he could compare the results to MRI images of cis males orgasming.
Because that exists.
Because that proves that he is
biologically
genetically
trans.
male. Like trans male in his brain. Like he was like, my endocrine system tells me that I am a man. It's a trip. Imagine being in that room.
Were you guys high or like no?
No, it was before any of us were smoking.
Okay.
So, imagine dealing with that conversation completely sober. Because it's me,
Ouch.
Alana, Darren, and I don't remember if our other friend was there. It might have been this me, Alana, and Darren.
Before I kill myself.
And we're all screaming at him at the top of our lungs that endocrines
This is
have
legit.
nothing to do with being transgender. I looked up like on my phone like what the endocrine system is, and I was just screaming at him at the top of my lungs, just the organs that make up the endocrine system. And he was like, no, I'm telling the truth. I swear to God. I masturbated in my home MRI machine, and I am male because of it.
Because of it.
Yeah. Also, he's like a complete trans med. Like,
Yeah,
he tries to find biological excuses for being trans.
Because you can't just be trans.
No, you can't just be trans.
You need a biological reason.
You need an explanation. You need eugenics.
Yes. You
Like-
can't be trans unless you have a medical reason to be trans, says Tobias.
Yeah. And he also fetishizes non-binary intersex people, so there's that. 'Cause he's also stated on many accounts that non-binary people are just more attractive to him. Not androgynous people. Non-binary people.
Non-binary people can look like anything.
Anything. You can have any kind of gender presentation, any kind of biological makeup, any mix and match of parts, and you can be non-binary. Non-binary is not a look. It is an identity.
When I look like a cis man that never got misgendered, I was still non-binary. And when I look like a cis woman who is technically misgendering, but and I got called she, I'm still non-binary. I'm always non-binary, and my look changes from day to day, including my facial hair, my makeup, clothes. I have like 2 different wardrobes.
So that's the trans med point. Now it brings us to November of 2017, where I am running away from my mother's house. the abuse has hit its point because I came out to her in June of 2015 as transgender, and after that, everything got like 1,000% worse. Not to mention that her boyfriend is a homophobic, transphobic piece of shit.
We could go into a story.
Her
but
black
not in this one.
boyfriend. Her black boyfriend, by the way, because she hates him, but she likes dick. So,
And money.
And money. Because he does make a lot of money.
There's a big story to go in with that, but it's not going to happen in this video. We might do a different video for that.
Let's make a YouTube channel about trauma.
And your mom's boyfriend.
All my mom's boyfriends.
Yeah.
Sorry.
At least it's fun to watch.
It's going to be way too long. November 2017. I'm running away. I have a boyfriend in Canada. Because I was that bitch. I was depressed and didn't leave my room. So all of my love affairs were with boys very far away from me.
And usually older.
We're not talking about that now. We'll get to that. But not right now. So we're making these plans to get me out and to Michigan, where I have someone who is going to help me get across the border. It's not a good plan because we are all 17 or a little younger. I think Tobias was still 16 at the time. And we're all idiots. None of us have been in the real world at this point. None of us understand anything. So I can admit to my faults, unlike some people that we're talking about here. We're now coming about. Nope, that's not.
Okay,
We're
Tobias.
talking about. We're talking about Tobias's, who he kind of talks about as his main rapist. Which,
Main.
huh?
Main rapist.
Yeah. Should we give a code name, or should I say the name? It's a common name. He's already doxed him online.
If he's already doxed him and we're gonna clear this up, I'd say his real name.
Alright, his name is Max.
And he's a good boy.
He's a very good boy. So, Max and Tobias are dating at this point, and I think they lived together for a little bit before that, and that's where a lot of Tobias is taking his trauma from, because he says that because they were sharing a bed, Max was raping him. That's not true. While they were in the relationship, they were actually surprisingly healthy together. It's just that Max was a little bit of a bitch to me, because he thought I was stupid. It was. But he was going to loan us his car. And I put in a lot of money to fix up his car because it was broken in like every way a car can be broken. And then once we fixed it for him, he took back the offer. And I think that's part of what led to the breakup of Max and Tobias, because it was kind of fucked up, and even Tobias could realize that. So I didn't expect to run away when I did. It was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and Alana, Tobias, and I skipped school to take the bus, like, on a 2-hour ride and back because we had nothing else to do. We didn't want to be in school. We were all depressed bastards. We skipped every single day of our senior year almost. Alana and Tobias didn't even finish the year. I was able to pull up everything and graduate.
Because I made you.
Yeah. I wasn't going to at first, but I did. And on the bus, I get a series of texts and calls from my mother saying that I need to contact her and asking where I am. And Tobias is also getting similar contacts from his parents. And Alana got called by one of their parents. I think it was their dad. Because the school had finally, after months of us doing this, realized that we hadn't really been in school ever. And contacted all of our parents.
It's fair.
They knew what my mom was doing to me because of previous blackmail that they had done to me. It was one of the topics of the Classical Crisis Instagram, which we'll get to later. And we get to the bus station after the 2-hour ride, and I shut off my phone immediately. I take out the SIM card, I take out the battery. Like, I basically disassemble it so I can't have my cell service tracked. Huh?
Didn't you eat the SIM card?
Not then, but later.
Okay.
I destroyed the SIM card. We're not going to talk about how. And it realization is hitting me because this wasn't the planned day. The planned day was December 1st. But it is, I believe, November 21st or 22nd, and I don't have my money with me. I don't have my clothes. I don't have my supplies. I had I was stocked and ready. I was working, so I had almost $1,000 that my mom stole from me at this point. And now I don't have access to any of it, and I am homeless. Because if I were to go home at this point, my mother would do some unspeakable acts.
And you probably would have killed yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. So, we stay there for a few hours. And we actually are at the bus station for probably 4 to 6 hours. And we try to think about what the fuck to do now. Tobias decides he's not going home. And I don't have an option to. I don't have a home. It's more of a choice for him because, he wasn't actually being abused. And he had run away from his house several times already with no consequence. And we go back to Alana's house that night and try to figure out what to do next. The next day is Thanksgiving, I think, or honestly, this was a really bad time. I don't remember all of it exactly. I know the big parts, but I can't tell you everything. We go to Alana's house, and then Thanksgiving comes, and Tobias says we have to go to his house with his family after he just ran away from them the day before. That made sense for some reason. So
you have to go.
Yeah. So we got dressed and we walked on over, and it's honestly a shock. I had never met his parents before, so I just kind of believed what he was saying about them, but I've been abused all my life, and let me tell you, these people were
good
normal. When you meet my mom, there's something off about her. She's the devil incarnate.
Even when she's trying to be nice, I just got that vibe of
she's
oh god,
fucking terrifying. But there's nothing really wrong with his parents, despite the only part that was bad was the fact that his father Jeffrey kept staring at Alana's chest.
Yeah, he's gross.
Yeah, he's
but
gross.
He never did anything to Tobias.
Yeah, no. So we sit through that, and it's weird. It's really fucking. It's a trip to be sitting at a table with 3 people: the mom, the dad, and the sister. That Tobias has been saying have been horribly abusing him all his life, and carrying a nice conversation about what are your hobbies? What do you like to do? So I heard this and this. So and it's a normal conversation in a normal house, and Tobias I'm not coming home again. I want to pack my things and leave.
Did he say that out loud at the table?
Yeah.
Oh God.
He stopped dinner to make his mom help him pack. Yeah. Did I not tell you that?
No.
Yeah, he stopped Thanksgiving dinner to make his mother pack his things with him so that he could run away from her and go a couple blocks away to Alana's house. Yeah. She did his laundry before he left, so he had clean clothes.
I'm gonna bang my head on the table.
Yeah, and then he brought Alana and I upstairs and made us just grab everything. This bitch had 9 fucking bags with him to run away to Alana's house. That's why Alana's house was just covered in his shit for a year.
Oh, I know.
Like,
I know that he brought everything. 'Cause he kept
Yeah, he
bringing stuff,
brought
too.
all of his belongings and a lot of things that weren't even his to begin with to Alana's house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, he's, like, hoarding, but at Alana's. And Alana's, like, letting him stay because, like they're a
He's
nice
so
person.
nice.
You're so nice. I love you, Alana.
Alana barely knew me when I got kicked out, and they were just like, "No, come here.
Yeah,
Come on, let's
yeah.
go. Let's go."
You're living here now.
Yeah, and I was just like, "You barely know me," and they were like, "And
And
you're knowing
your family. Yeah. So, we have to carry over, like, a dozen of backpacks and bags and, like, weird shit back to Alana's house while I'm actively being searched for by the police because my mother wants to get me back to hurt me.
It's possessiveness.
She opened up an FBI search about me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if Tobias is going to steal that at some point.
He probably will. I'm gonna later on talk about what he's going to start to steal to call it before it happens.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So the day after that, it's now the Friday after Thanksgiving. Alan comes over, Alan, our close friend, who is a cishet male. I think he was 18 or 19 at that point. He has a girlfriend, and Tobias was completely and utterly in love with him, but we'll get back to that later.
He's also Latino?
Yeah, he's from Guatemala. He was a refugee because his father was a really bad man, and his little brother and his mother were brought to the U.S.
Also, I feel like it's fair to admit here that, not admit, that's weird, brain damage. He is not dark skin, but, like, darker than me skin.
He's brown.
He's brown.
Yeah. Like, you
And
look
that's
at
important.
him, you look at him and you go, yes, this boy is brown. Like, he doesn't have white features.
At
like,
all.
He's a brown boy.
A brown boy.
So he also brings over my ex, Kenneth. Kenneth is important to the story.
Yes, he is.
This is also the night that the police come to Alana's house, and Tobias goes outside in his underwear and a t-shirt in December. No, it's not December yet. It's late November.
Yeah, it's late.
In Rhode Island winter.
Which is, like, sub-zero.
No, it's probably like 20, I think, but the
Oh.
wind chill made it
Yeah.
cold. So, like, he's in socks, his underwear, and a t-shirt with no binder, no nothing underneath. And he's facing the police and my entire family.
Stop. You violated the law.
And he just starts, like, babbling, like, utter bullshit, like, calling my mom an abuser. Like, imagine one of his Tumblr posts, but, like,
Out
IRL.
loud. In front of the cops.
Yeah.
And his mom.
Yeah. So, that already gives away that I'm there. I get locked in the bathroom, and Alana's mother pretends that it's her sister in the bathroom.
I love Alana's mom.
So that the police don't open the door. Because Kenneth and Alan are trying to stop them from coming in while citing their constitutional rights, because these boys aren't idiots.
Yeah.
Like, they really aren't dumb. They're just with the wrong people. Which is us. And, but police come in anyway. Everyone,
police are bastards.
yeah, everyone's shouting. At some point during this, Tobias starts sprinting down the street towards his house in his underwear, socks, and a t-shirt.
I didn't know this. I knew that part.
Yeah, and he was there for like a few hours at his parents' house and came back in like the middle of the night, I think, to like apologize. Yeah, but we weren't there at that point because after the police left, Alana and I put on disguises, which were wigs and like women's clothing because they weren't looking for someone that dressed like a girl. And we were walking like 3 miles across the city of Providence to our friend Darren's house at like 2 or...
Oh, you walked to Darren's
Yeah,
house?
from Smith Hill to the east side.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, we took all the back streets too. We didn't want to risk like street lights or anything like that. I think we took like fucking
Well, no one here is gonna know what streets it is.
I mean,
it's very far, okay?
no,
It's
we
far,
took some very dangerous roads,
and
what I'm
it's
saying.
cold, and it's icy.
And these are things that really happened. I can verify it.
There's police reports and FBI reports.
And not to mention the fact that Alana has documented everything because
Alana's smart.
Yeah, but also
everything.
because they were being gaslighted, they had to know what was real and what wasn't. That's why we have all these videos, all these pictures, and all the receipts.
When Alana has to question reality, they pull out their phone.
Yeah.
And it's a very smart thing that if any of you should do.
It's a video, and so that if they don't know what actually happened, they can watch it later and know that it wasn't just in their head.
Yes. Which is why we have so many of Tobias, because Tobias is a gaslighter.
Yeah. So we're now to make it more about Tobias and less about myself. But that was a little segment that I think is important. We're going to a student resource place for a night because I'm just couch surfing at this point. We're trying to find different places to hide me. We were at one friend's house a couple nights, one friend's house another night. Now we're kind of running out of spaces because the police are watching Alana's house, and so is my mom. She's just been driving around the neighborhood just in the middle of the night watching for me, looking for me. And we're in downtown Providence, and Tobias used to work at the Providence Student Union because this was where he started his activism. It's what he started. It's what he quotes a lot as if you go on the Raid Fort Sill page, like his
qualifications.
Yeah, his qualification. I can't fucking speak. Is his work at the Providence Student Union. He didn't do anything. He managed the social media. That was his job. They gave him like $20 a week to manage the social media accounts. He didn't do anything. So he goes there to a meeting of like the staff or something, and I'm sitting at the Providence Library because I'm eating off the free Wi-Fi because I have like a phone that I don't have any connection to, and this is kind of shitty and more of like a receipt, but Tobias keeps telling us it's okay to go there because everyone's left and saying, wait, no, go back. Wait, no, now it's okay. Wait, no, go back. It is like the last week of November, like the last few days of November.
So very cold.
In Rhode Island, and it's nighttime. It was like 10 p.m. or something. It is absolutely freezing. I didn't have a jacket. I had a sweatshirt, jeans, and Converse that were ripped in the bottom. I was carrying a duffel bag worth of everything I owned, which mostly this clothes I had stashed at Alana's house. And I was just walking through downtown Providence
like that,
waiting for him to say that it was okay to be there. Like, he kept saying, like, well, wait, no, it's fine, you can come down. Wait, no, if you come down, they'll call the police. Like, I was like, dude, what the fuck? I couldn't, like, in transit, I couldn't even really tell what was happening. I was just, like, trying to find different, like, public Wi-Fi. Yeah, I didn't have connection. I had to destroy my SIM card so they couldn't track me. And, so, basically, that wraps itself up. I end up living in my aunt's basement. That's not important.
That's just a funny conclusion.
Yeah.
Anyway.
My aunt keeps me in her basement for 4 months. But
So
then we're in mid-December, and Tobias, for the, Go Providence website, like, it was like one news site, and they're talking about the Classical Crisis Instagram.
It blew up a little bit.
Yeah, this Instagram is just a account full of just allegations against different teachers and students at the school.
This is the Instagram he said that was 100% his and got hacked.
It was half his and half Alana's. They made an email for it that they both had to log in for.
And then he locked Alana out.
Yeah, and
so Alana took it back.
Went through the email to get back in to lock him out because he's a piece of shit. So, in their article for the news, he, despite not saying my name, he details what happened to me in my freshman year of high school. And that almost got me kicked out in December.
In the cold.
And at that point, my aunt was telling me that I could either stay with her or be in the foster system. Rhode Island foster system is bad and scary. So, obviously, I have a breakdown, and I cut Tobias out of my life permanently at this point. I don't.
At this point.
I don't think I saw him again after that. Like, for a while.
Until me.
No, this is after you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just putting it here because it's part of that.
Yeah.
That was like December 18th that came out.
Okay.
Yeah, like from that point, I think I saw him maybe once or twice because he was at Alana's house when I was there.
Yeah, you used to, like, have me be away from him so we could hang out.
Yeah, but...
Or, like, go out with you.
I don't consider him my friend at this point.
Because...
He almost ruined my life.
And you said explicitly to never say that what happened.
Do not talk about it. Like, these
even if you say... Even if he hides your name.
Yeah, I have very, like, strict, like, fucking... ultimatum here given to me by my aunt. Like, you cannot say anything. And he did. So
He said all of it.
Yeah, I almost got some very severe consequences there. So now we're moving off of me.
Is it my turn?
Soon.
Oh.
I also want to put here that in his relationship with Max, he could only have sex if he was singing Hamilton lyrics. Because that was stopping him from having the panic attack because he was raped. And Hamilton made him feel better. Also, he only dates black boys up until this point. So this is a big part of him fetishizing black POC and black features to the point where it's basically a caricature. That's why he was saying that light-skinned black boys with short locks was a trigger, because that's a description of Max. You know when your trigger is exactly what someone looks like?
I do need to put a disclaimer here, though, an important one, that we always believe rape stories and allegations. Like, always. Like, we believed him.
Yeah.
And I know that, like, my rapists seem like the best people in the world, so I'm always like, okay, yeah, that person abused you because you told me so, and that person raped you because you told me so.
It's very important to believe the victims.
Yes. We just, like, not just now.
But, like, when we made the first Storytime call-out post...
We were realizing that some of his trauma was fake.
Yeah.
And now we're like, wait, we don't think anything
Any of it
happened.
was real.
Because now we're putting it together.
He stole...
Everything.
So now it's your turn. I meet Zane at a Providence based LGBT youth space for people aged 14 to 24. During one of the groups that they did, which is Alana, Tobias, and I, meet Zane.
Yes. And then my little brother was there.
Yeah.
My tall little brother.
And Tobias,
Immediately.
upon seeing
I just walked in. I was late, too. That's why it was such a big deal when I walked in.
Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to come in if you're late.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I haven't been here in months, and my little brother is gay, and he needs to be in gender spectrum.
So...
I was also working at a school at the time. I don't know why that's important, but it is.
Tobias sees you, and the second you leave the room, does not stop talking about how sexy you are. Yeah. Because you're brown, and no one could tell. No one could tell.
No one knew what I was.
Yeah, no one could tell what gender you were or what you have.
Yeah, no one knew what I was born as. No one knew what I identified as. I just said my pronouns were like they, and
that's it.
That's it. You guys knew that my name was Z at the time.
Yeah.
And that was it. I was this mysterious being, and I liked it.
I fell in love with you.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
That's a whole other story. We're not talking about that right now.
No. Tobias invites Zane to the Crimbus party.
Crimbus!
Or the Crisis party. Or the Chrysler party. Or
it's a Christmas party.
Yes. Because Tobias wants to be involved with our Zane.
And I said yes because I knew you were going to be there.
Yes.
And I was like, I literally asked, is Ryan going to be there? And he said, yeah. And I was like, okay, I'll go.
The funny thing is that you tested out a pickup line you're going to use on me to Tobias.
To see if it was good.
Yeah. And Tobias took that as proof that you liked him.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And you sent it to me.
Oh,
and then he
no.
invited you to the Christmas party because he wanted to get with you, and then we spent the whole night just on each other, flirting.
That's really funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know all the background information because we were still friends at that point.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, it's bad.
What's next?
Now, is also something that he did at this time was make up a song about gay sex.
Oh, no. Okay, so he's not...
He's not gay.
He's not.
He's a binary trans man who,
Loves black women.
women, yeah. But
He dated boys, I think, just because boys are... This is gonna sound bad. It's easier to get a boyfriend than it is to get a girlfriend. And I think that was it. That's awful, but I know this because I'm bi. That's why I date boys. I'm kidding. That's a joke.
But he has a very strong preference for ladies, and not even just ladies. He likes vagina.
Yeah, and this is how he would describe it too.
He likes women and trans men.
Yeah.
That's literally it. That's why he calls himself pan. That's why he calls himself like queer.
He only likes vagina.
He likes vagina,
and that's why he's transmisogynist, which we're gonna pick on.
Yeah, we're gonna get
later.
back to that later. But he makes up a song about gay sex, in which a lyric is "I'm not gay, but," and he also says "faggot" a lot.
And
I say faggot because I'm a gay man. I go through my life living as a gay man. I am married to someone who, like, people would see sometimes as male. I mean, your ID says male.
Yeah.
If they want to card you, be like, hey, we're gay, I guess. You know.
You were gay. Yeah. I used to be a lot more masculine than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're still pretty. But yeah, I am a flaming faggot, and I get to say that because I've been called a faggot very much in my life.
Same.
Like, a lot. But he has never been called that. Ever.
Maybe, like, by us in joking. Because
Yeah.
we call each other faggots all the time.
'Cause it's funny.
This is the
and we're all
friendship we
queer.
have.
Yeah. We insult each other all the time.
It's how we joke.
We play fight. Yeah, we do weird shit because we're weird people.
We give each other bruises. And it's a joke. We laugh about it.
Yeah.
We're just tumble fags.
But yeah, he really should not ever say that because he's not gay.
He's not gay.
He's not gay. So now we're at the point of where because he was living with Alana, and I think you were living there at the time, but he was forcing Zane, Alana, and Alan to get high with him. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure. So, past information. I'm a fucking addict. And I say that in present tense because, as any other addict would know, you don't really not become an addict. You become a recovering addict. You're never not an addict. Now, one of my very large drugs of choice, because my dad used to force me to smoke it until I was addicted, was marijuana. And I know a lot of people say you can't get addicted to marijuana, but I am living proof that you can get very fucking addicted to marijuana.
My mom couldn't even exist for a few hours if she wasn't smoking a blunt every few times a day.
I was like that.
Yeah.
But, so, and I would tell him... What's that?
I think it was a truck outside.
Oh, I thought it was thunder.
No.
I would tell him that I can't smoke with him because I'm an addict, and if I smoke with him, I will go down a hole. And he guilted me, and he guilted me, and he guilted me, and then one day he was like, one hit. And if you're an addict, you know how hard it is to not say yes. So I was like, one hit, it's fine. And then, boom. Rock bottom again. And then I was smoking every single fucking day, at least 3 times a day. So... And Alana also did not want to smoke that much at all.
Oh no, that messed with their head so much.
It made their psychosis worse.
They can't even smoke weed at this point because of how bad of a reaction they had at one point.
They're terrified to smoke it.
Yeah, they're literally scared to get high because of how badly it fucked them up the last time. And they Tobias also forced you to talk about trauma and got mad that you wouldn't be giving graphic details.
Oh yeah, so this is a big trigger warning for like rape and such related things. I had a bad summer, which I always refer to as summer 17, like 2017. That's just a lot of shit happened in that summer, and so I just cap it as summer 2017. One of the big things, the biggest thing that happened was I was stalked and raped by a cop at gunpoint. Now, Tobias heard that and was like, oh, that's so bad.
Ooh.
I haven't heard anything like that before. Ooh. And he was like, oh my god, tell me about it. And I was like, no. And he was like, but why not? I tell you all my trauma. I told you about every detail of my rape and my father's poem and my abuse and getting whipped to death by my mom. And my reincarnation, like Jesus Christ.
Remember how he wants the superpower to be able to know everyone's trauma and sins?
He literally told me that he knew I went through a bad trauma because he looked at me. And that's where that conversation came from, because I was like high, I think.
Yeah.
And so I was like easily manipulated. I was like, okay, I'll talk about it, my dude. And then he like got angry that I would not go through the most traumatizing event of my life to this boy I've known for like less than a month at this point.
I only found out a few weeks ago.
He's the only person that knows the full story, and we've been married for over a year.
We've been together for almost 2 years.
So, no. And that made him upset, and then all of a sudden he had a story about being stalked by a cop a few weeks, like, no, not even, like a few days later. And I just perk, I'm not high at this point, so I perk up, and I look at him slowly. I remember this. And I go, were you also stalked by a police officer? And he goes, oh, wait, was that you? Oh, sometimes I just steal people's trauma. It's totally an accident. It's just what my brain does. And I was like,
are you serious?
Yeah. You weren't there. Alana was there.
Yeah, no, that's what
Alana was like...
This is the point where I'm like being kept in my aunt's dungeon.
Yeah, you were not allowed to leave. My camera stopped, so we're back now.
Yeah.
And I had to watch the end of the video to realize where we were. So, you were not let out of your aunt's basement.
Only I could leave once like I proved that I was like a redeemable soul. They let me out every Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so we were just talking about Tobias stealing trauma.
Yes.
And Alana was like, oh my god. But they didn't say that. They just gave me a look and then looked at Tobias and then looked at me and just went... Excuse me. Okay,
disgusting.
What's next?
The song.
What song?
Triggering song.
Oh! I have an ex. Well, yeah, I still have an ex. But at the time, the whole situation was so shitty, it fucked up my brain, which is part of Summer 17. And at this point, there's still certain triggers that I can't deal with, or else I shut the fuck down. And there is one specific song, that I cannot listen to. I told all the friends this. I said, I'm sorry, I know it's a popular song, I know it's on the radio, I know it's great, because it was my song, it was our song, and I just cannot listen to it. And everyone was like, okay, yeah.
Out of every song in the world, please do not play this one song,
yeah.
Please.
And everyone was like, okay, yeah, we all have our triggers, we all have our things, duh. And then Tobias and Alan, we're all in the living room watching TV, but we're just playing music on the TV.
The same place the endocrine discussion happened.
Yes. And then all of a sudden, the song, I'm not going to say what song it is for obvious reasons,
yeah.
But the song comes up, and I'm like, hey, can you guys turn that the fuck off?
Can you fucking stop? How about now?
I said it nicely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, like, use my own thoughts to think loudly enough to not hear it. And I say, and Tobias goes, no, I like this song. And I say, this is my trigger song. This will set me off. Please turn it off. Because they were blasting it. If I went upstairs, I would have still heard it. And he said, oh, no, it's okay because I like this song. That's literally what he said. He said, oh, no, it's okay because I like this song. So, okay, if I like doing something that triggers you, I'm going to brush my teeth in front of you, Tobias.
I'm gonna cover you in white toothpaste. Oh, we
But
haven't
it's
gotten
okay.
to that yet.
I
We
know.
haven't.
But it's okay because I like to do it.
I like smelling toothpaste all over a body, so.
But yeah, he's a bitch and a bastard.
Yeah, he also liked talking in different accents.
To trigger Alana and you.
Yeah. My rapist is Russian, like from Russia. So Tobias would talk in a Russian accent, and it would brain links make me then have to die.
Have to.
Yeah. And then we got playful punches, because we are a friend group that...
That rustles.
Yeah,
Wrestles, not rustles.
Rustles through the leaves.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So we have a rule. And the friend group, this is a well-established rule. We're very, physical. This is not anything that was new. It's nothing that anyone complained ever about. We just all like pushing each other over, punching each other. It's just...
It's not like we only ever hurt each other.
Yeah.
We also would, have friendship cuddles.
Yeah, we'd all cuddle together, too.
Yeah, if we were sleeping over, we would put one mattress on the floor and all share it, 5 or 6 people on one
I wouldn't,
mattress.
because...
Yeah, yeah.
But everyone else did.
Before Zane, we would all, sleep in, the same pile. We would...
Like cats.
Yeah, we would cuddle. We were, pretty, comfortable, with different, stages of undress. As long as underwear stayed on and there were no nipples, we could be,
Put Band-Aids over the nipples.
No. As long as basically underwear and binders stayed on, you could strip.
Yeah. And that stayed a rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys would get basically naked, and I'm just like, this is weird, but I'm kind of into it. All right, let's go. But so,
yeah.
Where
Playful punches.
Playful punches. Tobias is a... Ouch.
Punch me back.
No. Tobias is a very large boy man.
He's got, probably 4 or 5 inches on me, which would put him at, 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah, he's almost 6 feet.
Yeah.
And I am barely 5'2", and he also is, heavy and stocky. He's well proportioned.
This is where he thinks that we called him fat.
I said he's thick.
Yeah, because
he's
not skinny. I'm sorry.
And that's okay. No one is fat shaming here.
No.
There's nothing wrong with weight, and we never implied that there was.
At the time we said he was thick, I was at 200 pounds with my 5'5" self, so.
Yeah, and you would call yourself fat all the time, and it wasn't a bad thing.
It's not
it was
a
just
bad word.
Anyway.
Yeah.
He's chunky, alright? And that's not a bad thing. It's just a descriptor that's important to the story.
Because he's a bigger person compared to the rest of us.
Teeny. I can fit my small baby hands around my wrist.
Yeah,
okay?
I lost a lot
tiny.
of weight, and I still have 60, 70 pounds on you.
I'm tiny. I'm little, and I'm baby. Well.
So basically,
I'm baby. So, he punched me really hard. That hurt more, 'cause I'm not used to it anymore.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore.
Not
but he
this
punched
house.
me really hard, and it hurt my arm so bad. I was like, fuck!
Despite
Ouch!
he didn't know how to punch, he hit you with the back of his hand.
Yeah, it was just pure weight at that point.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to punch.
Imagine
I
if
do.
you get forced into that.
I'm little, but my daddy taught me how to fight, because I'm little, and so is he. And my dad's 5'3". And he, and I said, I just looked up, because at this point I'm starting to get annoyed at him, but it's not to the point where I'm not his friend. I'm just starting to realize that he's a little fucked. And, I go, this means I get to punch you, Tobias. And I said it just like that.
It was just it's time to play a game.
Yeah. Because he hit me hard. And I think I said a joke and he, punched me over it. We
Yeah.
weren't even, tussling. It was just, okay. And I'm just holding my injured arm. And he goes, oh, fuck. And I said, that's the rule.
Didn't he also call you a pussy?
Yeah, no, because I said I wasn't gonna, he was like, oh wait, no, that's right. I said, I get to punch you back. He said, oh fuck, yeah, I guess. And I was like, wait, no, I feel bad, because you're delicate.
Yeah.
I did not want to do it, because
And he
he's
starts,
not tiny.
kind of goading you on.
Yeah, he was like, no, do it. And I'm like, no, because I will hurt you, and then you're gonna cry. And he was like, no, I won't, do it. And I was like, no. And he was like, what are you, being a pussy? And I was like, okay. And I know how to punch. I swing my entire... I was
The
like,
power of God in anime is on your side.
and I punch him right in the fucking arm. And where he punched me was about the same force, because he's heavy, but I know how to fight. And he just topples over.
He was funny.
And he starts crying. And I was like, you told me to fucking do it. I told you it was gonna hurt. What did you expect? Oh yeah, no, because the first time I went like that. And he said, that's when he called me a pussy. And then I let it, unleashed it.
Pussy was said and punches did happen.
Yes. Because I don't mind being called a pussy, but Tobias calling me a pussy kind of set that off because he's a bitch. Anyway.
He's pussy.
He's dumb baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next point is the sexualization of Alan by Tobias.
That sounded like a book by Tobias Lee. Alan. I think you already described Alan.
Yeah.
Cis het, comfortable with us being queer.
Oh yeah, he was comfortably straight.
Yeah, like he'll even not act gay, but he'll act feminine. He is kind of feminine, but he's straight, and he's comfortable being straight.
He had a
to
girlfriend,
where he can be feminine.
And he also was very supportive of me, especially. We were best friends at the time.
He fought someone for him.
Yeah, my abusive ex, who I kept going back to, Mr. Kenneth,
that's important.
was going to kill me at one point because I started ghosting him, and Alan took a hit for me, and he came to my house after ugh. But
yeah.
he was a good guy.
But yeah, Alan gets problematic after.
Yeah.
Right now he's cool.
Yeah.
And Alan again is straight. He has a boyfriend, not boyfriend. He has a girlfriend. He's straight.
Tobias wishes.
And Tobias would never shut the fuck up about how much he wanted to fuck Alan. And, it became a friend joke to the point, because, Alan was, kind of femme, and, he was very comfortable cuddling and everything, so they were always cuddling.
Oh, yeah, when they were high, they were all over each other.
Yeah, but that's because he was high, and weed does weird things to weird people.
Yeah.
So they'd be all over each other, and we'd be like, "Aw, look at the cute couple," but it's friendly, bicker,
teasing.
It's
banter, that kind of stuff.
And then he started taking it to egg himself on, so he would talk about how much he wanted to fuck Alan, and he wanted Alan to leave his girlfriend to be with him, because of course he's gonna be the best one for Alan. Alan needs a better person, and that better person is Tobias.
Ugh. Disgusting.
And it just made us all uncomfortable. At first it was funny.
Yeah, it was funny for the first couple months.
Yeah, because at first it was just okay, this is a dumb crush, and it's cute and it's funny, but then it started getting weird, because he was talk about how badly he needs to leave his girlfriend, and how his girlfriend is shit. His girlfriend was great.
Oh yeah,
and his girlfriend was shitty and abusive to him, and that he needs to leave her.
I think Tobias also kissed Alan when they were high.
Yeah, they kissed.
Yeah.
But that's because Alan's very fluid when he's high. He's not there. He's very easily manipulated, which is why I tried to not talk to him while he's high. Because I'm also, out of it when I'm high, so I just try to separate us. Or,
That's how Tobias got you talk about your trauma.
Yeah. So, and he does this on purpose. I want you guys to know that. So, yeah, they kissed at, once, and then I just started screaming, and Alana was just But yeah, it didn't mean anything, and Alan didn't even remember it happened. We had to, show him proof. Oh wait, I don't know. No, we didn't record it, but we all knew exactly what happened, so that was proof enough. And he was like, "Are you fucking serious?" And he'd have, a whole breakdown over it.
Yeah.
But,
they stopped being cause after that point.
Yeah. And Tobias got pissed over it.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's next?
Tobias didn't shower. Or brush his teeth.
This brings it back to, okay. This brings it back to, when I was friends with Tobias. When I was genuinely his friend. I cared about him. I wanted him to have a good life. I believed him in everything that he said. This is, and I felt bad for him. Because I thought he was this traumatized little baby boy who needed to be protected. And you were mean to him, and I felt bad for that, so I had to be nice to him. And I was just Tobias, because everyone, especially him, would talk about how bad he stunk. And I was like, okay, I'm going to stop this once and for all. I had a friend that
his feet smelled like dead things.
Yeah. But, because I had a friend that was too depressed to shower once, and I, helped her. And then everyone stopped teasing her at school, and she got kind of popular after that. So I was like, okay, it's a shower thing. It's a depression thing. I'm going to help him, and then he's going to feel good about himself. He's going to be clean. He's going to smell good, and everyone's going to stop making fun of him. And then, whatever. And then, so one day I go up to him, and I'm like trying to figure out how to say this without being an asshole. And I'm like, Tobias, when is the last time you showered?
7 years ago.
Okay. Do you think that maybe you would feel better if you were clean?
No.
But you know how your body...
Smells? Yes.
That's
I'm
not
a
what
pig.
happened. He said that he didn't think that showering would make him feel better. And then I said, like, the body feels... Like, the mind feels worse when the body isn't up to par, which is a thing. And he was like, okay. And I was like, if you're depressed, this might help you get out of your funk a little bit. Go take a...
What? Oh! It's cockroach time.
My frog's eating good tonight, bitch.
Zane and I live in South Carolina.
And the
On the
entire
coast.
fucking state is infested with cockroaches.
Yeah. Yeah, they're everywhere.
Hello, Miss America. Would you like
They
a
sell
big
Cockroach
yummy-
Killer in Dollar Tree.
I got it. Okay, you can go eat that now, Miss America. She hates me. I'm back.
Okay.
I have a
So-
toad named Miss America, and she eats my cockroaches. Okay.
Didn't shower and didn't brush his teeth because he
Yeah,
was
I got him to
traumatized.
shower. I did get him to shower.
Oh, okay, yeah, you got to
This is
shower
when I
once.
first started living there, I think, or
Yeah.
like before that. No, I was living there.
Imagine the months of gunk washing off of him.
And he looked... The funny thing is, he looked lighter after he showered. And I was a little taken back.
His blackface is actually just like
Months
17,
of
18
gunk.
years of gunk.
But yeah, he didn't wash his hair. He said he didn't want to wash his hair because he likes how thick it is when it's dirty.
That's just grease, built up grease.
And I said, okay, that's fair, because I mean, the weird thing I do with my hair, because I like the way it looks when it's not brushed. Right now it's brushed, and it's frizzy, and it's out, and it's uncontrollable, just because it was knotted. I usually don't brush my hair, and that's my thing. So I'm like, okay, everyone has their thing, that's fine, that's cool. I got you to shower, so your feet smell less like death, that's cool. And his breath hit me in my fucking face, and I said, Tobias, when's the last time you brushed your teeth? And he said, I don't know, but I can't brush my teeth because white toothpaste reminds me of cum. And I said, okay,
There's blue toothpaste.
we have blue toothpaste. Can you please use the blue toothpaste to brush your teeth? And he said, I don't have a toothbrush. I gave him a toothbrush. And I said, can you please, I gave him a toothbrush. I had like a spare toothbrush and a travel thing of blue toothpaste. And I said, here, take this, go brush your teeth. He said, what the fuck?
Wait, what? That's fast. What is that?
Where'd he go?
Behind the pan.
What pan?
The pan's sticking up
Oh,
in the sink.
I don't know where it went. That was so fast.
I don't like that one.
It was fast.
I don't like that one.
It was fast. It was fast.
Like he said, he can't brush his teeth.
He can't brush his teeth because toothpaste reminds him of cum. And I said, this is blue. And he said, yes. And I said, cum isn't blue.
Imagine if cum was
White instead of blue. And he said, but toothpaste reminds me of cum. And I just gave the fuck up. And then I asked him to use mouthwash, and he said no. And I said, why? And he said, because it burns. So, I tried so hard. I lived with him for months, and he only showered once, and that was when I first moved in.
Yeah.
Because I asked him very politely to take a shower.
Also, he forced you to buy him food and then let you starve if you had no money, but he did.
So, important. My mom's Afro-Latina. My dad is Azorian, but at this point I'm not talking to him because he's an entire different story. So, as most Afro-Latina people, I am poor. I am so poor. One year I survived eating, no, it was like a few months or a month. I survived eating one ramen packet every 2 or 3 days because I wanted my siblings to eat full ramen. So, I'm poor.
You're baby.
I'm baby and I'm poor. And this is after I got kicked out because I'm not even going to go into that story. I got kicked out of my mom's house. My mom was really abusive at the time, but now she's a wonderful goddess who I love with all my heart. But at that time, she was bad. And she acknowledges that, and it's great. We're working on it. It's awesome. But I left. I go to Alana's house. We all know this. I already said that. And my Nana was working at the time. She was working in real estate, and she would sometimes give me some money. Just like, okay, I know you're staying here. I know you can't stay with me because we fight. I know you can't stay with mom because you fight. I'm sorry that this family is so fucking dysfunctional. Here's
some money.
$20 like once a month. And I'm like, cool, $20 once a month. I can buy food and put it in the fucking house. That was my mindset. I didn't go out and be like, I'm gonna get McDonald's. I went to Walmart or Price Right, and I got fucking cheap food to replenish the food I was eating. And sometimes if I got like a little extra because my Nana like made a good deal, she'd like give me like maybe 50, and I'm like, ooh, maybe I can do something special now. And Tobias didn't have money. Ever. So I felt bad. And I took him to McDonald's, and I asked him what he wanted. He'd get the most expensive fucking thing on the menu. I would get maybe a meal, and we'd eat. And I'm like, okay, I am a good person. This is what friends do. Mm-hmm. And then one day, he gets like $100 from his mom because he demanded it from her by screaming at her on the phone.
Yeah, he would call her and just yell at her and like basically
scream,
bully her into giving him money.
He would call her a bitch and everything.
Yeah.
He'd call her a greedy bitch.
Yeah.
He wasn't working. This wasn't his money, and he didn't need it either. So he'd be like, and I was just standing there like my mom would have fucking killed me at that moment.
Yeah.
I'd be dead.
I think he quit his job at the student union at that point because Max was working there, and I think Max found out that Tobias was
calling him a rapist.
Yeah.
And he was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because he had never raped anyone.
And he's a good boy.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Yeah. So he goes to, there's a really, really expensive place in Providence. It's a burger place. I never even heard of it before this time. And Alana always has money. Alana's wealthy, and they own up to that.
Yeah, and they use their privilege to help people like us.
Yeah, Alana, like, I remember I needed, like, $7 to get home, and Alana was like, boom, here's $8. Do you need any more?
I owe Alana so much money.
And they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. Like, it's like at least, 5 years of this built-up money. I probably owe Alana a few $1,000s at this point.
I love Alana so much. Alana is a god. And
they bought me food every single day because my mom didn't feed me at home.
Yeah, Alana's a god. Anyway, so they all got food. I didn't have money. I spent it on Tobias. And I could not ask Alana because Alana has been too nice to me, and I felt bad because I'm an abused bitch. And
the guilt.
Yeah. And so I watched Tobias ordering stuff, and I said, Tobias, do you think you could get me a burger? And he said, no, I don't have enough to help you. He had $100. He just wanted to get 6 burgers for himself.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I didn't know that!
I had to go upstairs to cry.
I didn't know that!
I was crying for like 30 minutes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. After that, I stopped helping him. Because I used to do it a lot. Like, I'd buy him, like, candy bars from the store, or, like, soda or juice, whatever you wanted from the gas station down the street. Or pizza from Pizza Queen.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm, like, getting sad over it now.
Oh.
I felt so taken advantage of. I felt so sad and so used. I just had to go upstairs to the extra room and cry for a good... No, I think I did it in Alana's room. I went upstairs to Alana's room and cried for a good 30 minutes. And I came down and they had food. And I was hungry. And I didn't have anything to eat. That's why I went to bed hungry. Anyway.
Now we're at...
What's next?
The fucking cum stain.
Cum stain.
The cum stain debacle.
Background information. We, or most of us, are trans-mask people. And we say gender-validating things. like cum
Or dick.
or dick
Or pussy.
or no, not really. But so when we say Tobias left a fucking cum stain on our bed,
We're talking about discharge.
vaginal discharge that comes from masturbating.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have a
Yeah.
vagina, you know what I'm talking about. This is falling.
Yeah, it is. It's like that's like the stuff.
The
after
white
you're
slash
done.
clear stuff.
Yeah.
You know this.
I mean, he didn't wash himself, so probably was
a lot.
was thick because of that reason.
But
Think he has a yeast infection?
he probably has 5. Anyway,
Oh my god!
I just killed my husband. Anyway, so, and he keeps saying that he couldn't have left a cum stain
He
because
doesn't
he
have
doesn't
a
have a dick. We're talking about discharge. We always called it cum. Like, when we were talking about discharge, we always said cum.
Yeah.
This was something
And
we
talking
all
about
said.
genitals, we always said dick.
Dick.
Always said dick, my penis, my dick.
Sometimes
Never
we'd say pussy as a
my
joke.
vagina.
Yeah.
My vagine.
My clitoris.
Ugh! Disgusting!
So, I hate him. TLDR, I hate Tobias. What's next?
Gaslighting Alana using their psychosis against them.
So Alana has psychosis, and they know that we're going to say that because it's not a secret. And Alana, their psychosis is really, really bad when they are smoking weed.
Yeah,
and Tobias
especially
knows this.
When Tobias was forcing them to smoke weed several times
Yeah.
a day.
And Forrest, like, he can't, I know Forrest, like,
he put
can't-
the blunt to your lips and made you breathe
He's
in.
like rubbing our throat. No, that's not what happened. But I mean Forrest, like using extremely manipulative tactics and guilt tripping.
I can't smoke alone. You know, I really need this right now, and if you were actually my friend, you would do this for me.
Exact
I
words.
literally cannot go through my day if I don't smoke right now. I'm having a really bad panic attack. I need to smoke right now.
And I can't smoke alone.
I can't smoke alone, you guys. You have to do it with me.
Those are exact quotes, basically. So, again, Alana has psychosis. It gets really bad when they're high. And Tobias, well, I couldn't do anything. Alana always had really good fucking weed. I was never there mentally, but I remember things. I just couldn't talk about it. I couldn't make words come out of my mouth. But I was
High as shit.
stoned. Anyway, Tobias.
Sorry,
It's like his mom.
I had to look at our can.
I love him.
I love him. Anyways.
Okay. He would go and tell Alana that they weren't real, or that he wasn't real, or that Alana wasn't actually
Yeah.
living in that house, or that Alana, like, can read
Or Alana was
minds,
dead.
or... Yeah, that was a big one. Alana
Or
was
Tobias
dead.
was dead.
Yeah.
And he was a ghost.
And that Alana was seeing a ghost. And now, to a neurotypical, whatever, high person, that's cool. Or, ooh,
But
that's
Alana was
trippy.
going through actual breakdowns over this. That's why we
Yeah.
have the videos of it happening.
Because Alana would pull up their phone and record.
Yeah.
So they know that that's either happening or not happening.
Yeah.
And then they'd watch the videos later and be like, oh my god, Tobias, you need to fucking stop. Because this is damaging to their
Yeah.
brain.
We have a few
It's
of them. I think there's only
traumatizing.
one posted because they are kind of private. Also,
Yeah.
Tobias wasn't binding a lot of them. That's why some of them are censored. And he threw a fit about that. We made story time posts because that's like private or something. But
Even though we censored.
yeah, like Alana went through the like frame by frame to keep
Frame
a
by
censor bar
frame.
over it.
Yeah, Alana did a lot to keep Tobias's dignity intact.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear any fucking shit from Tobias, who's a manipulator, pedophile, fucking bitch. Anyway.
Now we're at the bike lock fiasco.
Fuck.
The bike lock is where shit hits the fan here.
I hate that this is the number one thing that we have to talk about, because it's the dumbest fucking
It's
shit.
the fucking stupidest thing out there.
It
But
didn't
he
have to blow up.
Turned it into such a big fucking deal
Yeah.
that God, I hate
What's
him.
that?
I don't know. Some
Oh,
one
it's
of
bear.
an animal maybe. We have
If
so
Bear
many
starts crying, I'm going to kill him. I can't say that in the video. Anyway,
for legal reasons.
for legal reasons.
Cockroach. It's going in the door. Why aren't my forks? Zane, my forks.
I lost it.
Oh no. Oh no, Zane, my forks.
I will clean your forks. I have to do dishes anyway.
What about the straws?
I will clean it all. I'll soak it all in bleach. I hate cockroaches. Anyway, the bike lock. I'm gonna TLDR as best as I can while leaving in the important details.
We've gone over this so much.
You can read it in the original post if that makes you happy, but the original post is so fucking long. So, bike lock. I am poor. My mother is poor. By poor, I mean dirt poor, to where paying the rent almost never happened. Okay, we were like this close to being on the street, but our landlord was in love with my mom, so that didn't happen. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. My mom and I were on bad terms, and my mom was guilty about it, but still not the best she could be, so I couldn't live with her.
She's going through a rough time.
Yeah. So she tried to make up to me the way she does by giving me good Christmas. Good Christmas happened. She buys me a brand new bike because my bike is falling apart and I need it to go everywhere. And because I am too poor for a bus pass. And I have 2 bikes now. And my mom got me a really expensive bike lock because all of my bikes get stolen because I don't have bike locks, or bad bike locks, the $5 cloth ones. So, I have bike lock. I have 2 bike. 1 bike is bad. 1 bike is very good and new.
Red bike, black bike.
Red bike, black bike. Black bike is new. Red bike, Blake. Red bike is bad. Okay, so they are in basement. Bikes are in basement. Lock is in room or basement.
Basement. It was in the basement. It wasn't opened yet.
It wasn't opened yet. It was still in the fucking package.
Tobias.
I see the cockroach again, but I'm not even gonna try.
Okay. So what ends up happening?
I want to tell the story.
Okay.
It's my story. You weren't even
I was there.
Fuck you. Okay, so it is in package. Ryan and I are in bathroom doing unmentionable things. Okay, we don't want to talk to Tobias right now. So Tobias comes to door, and Tobias says, "Knock, knock, knock." I say, "What?" Or you said, "What?"
What do you want?
I think you said, "What the fuck do you want?"
Yeah.
I think I said, "What?" and you said that. And then Tobias goes, "I need to use your bike." And I said, "Go away." And Tobias said, "I really need to use your bike." And I said, "No." And he said, "Zane, I'm going to be late for my GE test and I will not fail. I mean, I will fail and I'll have to take the class all over again and blah, 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 blah." And I said,
Guilt tripping.
"Yeah." And I said, "Tobias, okay, because I just wanted to get done with the unmentionables. Please take the bike." And he said, "Can I use a new bike?" I said, "No." And he said, "Why the fuck not?" And I said, "Because it's my new bike and it costed like $200. So no, you cannot have new bike. You can have old bike that is broken." And he said, "Fine." And I said, "Take the fucking bike lock." And he said, "But I don't want to." And I said, "You need to because bike is expensive and I would rather have 2 than 1 because I want to use that one for parts maybe or have a backup." And he said,
"You were gonna give me a bike." At some
"Yeah,
point.
but then you can't ride a bike."
Yeah.
So, and then he goes, "Fine." And I tried to tell him to set up the lock, remember the code that's on the back, like read all the instructions, and he says, "No." And then he leaves, and I'm like...
Yeah. So we finished doing unmentionable things. Ow, you pinched me.
Sorry.
And we get a call, or Alana gets the call, of Tobias doesn't know how to work the bike lock.
And I tried to tell him
We
to
go-
look on the fucking...
We go downstairs, and we see that the package of the bike lock is outside. The instructions are also
Outside.
with us. Yeah.
Outside
At
the
house.
door, not even in the basement.
Yeah, like he dropped it. He littered. Disgusting eco-terrorist. And he set it to who knows what.
Yeah. And then... But he got it undone somehow.
Yeah, I don't fucking
I don't know. But...
I don't even think he said it. I think he's put it there.
He probably did.
Yeah.
Anyway, he comes back, and a few days goes by, I think. But I'm not thinking about this fucking bike lock. It's snowy, it's icy. I can't ride the bike anyway right now. The bike is basically in basement for storage.
That was a bad winter.
Yeah, it's bad winter. Anyway, and then I go downstairs to look at my bikes one day for whatever reason. I don't remember why. And I go, "Oh, the bike lock's not here." And I go upstairs. I'm calm. I don't suspect anything. I just say, "Tobias, where is my bike lock?" And he says, "I gave it to you." And I said, "You couldn't have given it to me because I was in the bathroom." And he says, "No, I gave it to you." And I said, "You literally didn't give it to me, but I'll ask Ryan." Ryan says, "No, we were in the bathroom doing unmentionables. He couldn't have given it to you because the door was locked and closed." And then Tobias says, "Oh, well, it's in your stuff." And I look in my idiot. It's literally on, like, a lid. Like, it's like, what was it, like a laundry bin lid or something?
Yeah, I
My
think
stuff
so.
fit on a laundry bin lid. That's all I had, and that in a backpack.
You have, like, also, like, a box from, like, some of the stuff you got for Christmas.
Yeah, I had the stuff I got from Christmas.
Yeah.
So my stuff literally took up a corner. So I'm looking through
His
all
stuff
my
is
stuff
sprawled, like,
all
throughout
over the house. And I'm just, like,
Stinking.
looking through every little thing that I can, and I'm like, bitch, it's not
gone.
there. And he's like, no, I definitely put it there. And so this turns into such a big
With
fucking
money
thing.
and, like, paying back. And
yeah, and I was
it's-
just like, okay, well, this is a brand new $200 bike.
Yeah.
My mom cannot afford to get another bike lock. She can't afford for me to lose my
It was an
bike.
expensive bike lock because bike locks come in different varieties with different
This was
levels
like
of
the
protection.
top level protection,
So
like
you wouldn't
combination.
lose your fucking bike.
Yeah, because Providence is full of people who just will take tires off of your bike even.
Yeah.
But so it turned into, this is when we completely broke off.
Yeah.
Because
he got the money, spent the money, got the money, spent the money. Because his mom kept giving him $40
Yeah,
to
so
give
no.
to Zane.
So basically what happened, finally he's like, okay, I'll pay you back. Goes to his mom. This is when I say, he's like, oh, well, I can't pay you back. And I said, well, the quote that he says I'd forced him into prostitution, this was the exact quote. Well, maybe you should ask your rich mommy or go into prostitution like you wanted to in the first place. Now, that's exactly what I said. I never said, go into prostitution or else I'm gonna kill you.
At gunpoint, be like,
Bitch!
hoe yourself out or I'm blowing
I'm your new
brains out.
fucking pimp. I'm a pimp named Slipback. No. So, that's not what happened. We were in the middle of fighting. It was heated, and I think Ryan told the story about how he wanted to go into prostitution. We didn't even believe he made the $40 or whatever. So, no one wanted to sleep with him because he stunk. Anyway, so, his mom gave him the money. It's $40. And he spent it before he gave it to me. He lives down the street. And I said, well, you spent it, which means it didn't come to me. He's like, well, my mom already gave it to me. She's not going to give it to me again. I'm like, well, that sounds like your fucking problem, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So he gets more money. And then him and Alan spent it. And then he goes, well, my mom paid for it twice now. And I'm like,
Well, I still
dumb-
don't have it.
You dumb bitch. Maybe, since it's not in my fucking wallet, that your mom didn't pay for it, she paid for you to get fucking McDonald's. Now, the third time, I'm pretty sure that Tobias is in the hospital by now. I think.
Something happened.
He's not here for some whatever reason.
Yeah, I think he went to
And
the hospital.
He, so now Alan has the money. Alan spends it.
Yeah.
Now Tobias says he's not going to give it to me anymore because I got the money.
And then some point in all of this, they contact my abusive ex, Kenneth, who is a complete fucking psychopath who beats people up for money.
Yeah. He's like a hitman without the murder, but
Yeah.
like basically murder, like you'll be in the hospital with a breathing tube down your throat.
Yeah, like he's a scary...
Dangerous.
A scary person. He almost wanted to kill both of us, so that's something we have in common.
Yeah, so they basically egged him on by saying Alan did this, and Tobias was part of it. Alan got in contact with him and said, hey, do you know the boy that you're in love with is with someone else now? This person's really bad, and I think you should go show them his boss or whatever.
Yeah, because Kenneth was fucking obsessed with me despite the fact that he has a girlfriend,
He's
and
still
I was just
obsessed
his
with you.
side hoe.
Yeah. So then
He's
I
trying to marry me at some point.
I had this fucking maniac after me.
Yeah.
After already having trauma of being stalked and bad things happening.
Yeah.
Tobias knows this. So, of course, he did that on purpose. But anyway, we solved that without any problem. But,
You're welcome. I took care of it.
thank you, babe. So yeah. And then I had no reason to look, oh my god, that fucking roach. It's the same one.
Yeah, and that's Tobias and Roach for him.
That's as familiar. Anyway. So I go down. I just realized that the bikes were there, the lock wasn't the first time. I had no reason to go on my bike since I couldn't ride them or go anywhere because it was 1, icy, 2, sub-zero wind chills, and I can't move in weather like that. That's why we live in the South now. And 3, I had no bike lock. I think I already said that. Whatever. Anyway, I have 2 bikes. One's broken. One's already broken, but not broken enough to not ride. It just had faulty brakes. Second one's brand new. He took the first one. And I go down, and this is like months after he like left.
Yeah, it's like spring or something.
Yeah. I go down to look at my bike. I see my red bike completely trashed. And yes, this is my old bike. But I was gonna fix that bike physically myself and give it to you. So I am flaming pissed. I go up, I question Alana. I'm like pissed at Alana. And you know how hard that is to happen. Like I'm pissed in general, but I'm accidentally taking it out on Alana, and I've already apologized like 5 million times for that. I'm like, Alana, you rode my bike, right? Because Alana and Alan used to ride my bike, and my bikes. And Alana said, yeah. And I said, it's broken. And they said, holy shit, it's broken? And I was like, yeah, did you do that? And they said, if I broke it, I would have told you immediately. And I trust Alana, so I'm like, okay, obviously, duh. I go to Alan. I'm like, Alan, fuck you. Anyway, I'm like, Alan, did you ride my red bike? He says, yes. And I say, did you break it? And he says, no. And I said, do you know it's broken? He said, yes. And I said, so you didn't think to tell me that it was broken? He said, I didn't know it was, you didn't know it was broken. And so I am just flaming pissed at this point, because apparently it's been broken like that for months, since Tobias used it. And by broken, I mean, like, it's a mountain bike. The gears were ripped off of it. The handlebar thing, the grip is ripped off of it. Both of them are ripped off. This bike is not able to be ridden safely. Even the brakes were disconnected. Like, at least the brakes had a little bit of traction. Like, you could slow down.
Yeah.
They were completely disconnected. I was flaming pissed.
Like,
yeah. He trashed my bike. And so I'm just like, you need to fucking repay me for this fucking bike. That did not happen.
No.
This is when me and Tobias were at our most flameful.
And this is what ended the friendship entirely.
Yeah, this is when it completely cut off. Like, this is when I was like, I would rather see this boy dead. Because this is also when I was realizing what a manipulative bitch he is.
I'm happy to finally be rid of him.
Yeah, you were just like, oh, finally you realize that he's a piece of shit?
It's like, god damn it, everyone's catching up to me now.
Yeah, I'm the one that actually got everyone else to drop him. Alana took a few months, but I completely, like, they finally realized that he's an abusive piece of shit. And then, months later, he makes a call-out post about us. And he
No, he was, like, he wasn't even calling us out. He was just posting about us on his abuse blog.
With names.
Constantly. Names, locations, like, personal information, all the time.
Again, I was being stalked by a cop that raped me violently at gunpoint. Do you really think I wanted my name, address, location on the open web? No! So, I was pissed!
Yeah.
And I was scared, and I was like, holy shit, we need to do something about this right now.
At this point, it's a month away from our wedding.
Yes.
And we're basically the same person. So, Zane's rage is my rage.
Bear is upset.
Let him out.
Yeah, he's upset because I'm upset.
Yeah.
He's a disservice dummy.
So, let's just quickly go over some of the stuff in our call-out post against him. The first one, story time. Trying to say that I don't get to call myself mixed, despite my father being a black man.
Like afro, like he has an afro.
Yeah.
Like 4C hair.
Yeah.
He's black.
Like
There's no question.
He shaves his head because he's balding, because he's like near 50, but he's a black man with black features. He's just not dark skinned.
Yeah, but he's like black.
Yeah.
If you look at him, you don't have a doubt. He doesn't even look mixed. He just looks very light skinned but black.
Yeah,
which is a thing that happens.
He's a black person with black experience and black culture and black family.
And black features.
Yeah.
He just came out light for some reason.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that happens, because
Yeah.
blackness is variable. Anyway, so you can't call yourself mixed. And you're probably problematic and racist because on Grindr you said that you were mixed.
On Grindr. Not even anywhere else. And you are white passing?
I'm white passing.
You're white passing.
I can't go one day without someone saying, oh my god, where are you from? You're so exotic. You're so pretty.
So exotic.
I'm so exotic.
So exotic.
Where are you from? Are you from DR? Are you from Puerto Rico? I'm Afro-Cuban. You're Cuban?
Cuban!
Basically. As soon as I say I'm Cuban, everyone loses their shit.
So I'm white. You're white passing, and Tobias is Asian.
And native.
No, he was just saying Asian at that point.
At that point, he was half Asian.
Yeah, he was half Asian because of
the
Asian presenting nipples.
Yeah, this is back. Like, this is like, I don't know how we did not put that in Chronicle.
I was trying.
There, get down. Hello. It's back there. Now, this is when we're all friends. This is when he was making us raid his house.
Yeah.
Forcing us to.
I was just sent the video recently of Alana going through.
Yeah, we were going through the porn.
Yeah, the porn collection.
Just because this was
I can't
funny.
post that video, but I have it.
Yeah, it's very explicit.
Yeah.
But we did it because
something's weird's happening with our neighbors.
I think we're being too loud. What time is it? It's
almost
12.
midnight.
We're being too loud.
Okay.
So, where's Bear? Oh, he's licking Divas. That's cute. Hey, that's rough. Chill out. October's like, oh my god. So, he
found a nude picture of his father's mistress.
And by his parents, we found out, were polyamorous or open relationship, somewhere in between. They were sexually experienced. Hello. They were sexually experienced, to put in layman's terms.
Yeah, so he has a faceless picture of a naked woman who he claims to be his mother. And he says that she's too dark to be just Asian. So now at this point, he's
black.
he's saying that he's like a quarter black or like quarter Hispanic and Asian because this woman was obviously his real mother.
His mother and him could be biological twins. Like, not biological twins. What's the when you're together? The ones where you look alike.
Clones?
No.
Identical.
Yeah, I guess. There's another term.
Identical twins.
Yes, they could be identical twins. They look like, I saw his mother and I was like, you're questioning this? Are you fucking stupid?
Because of his thick Asian hair and his dark skin.
I did his hair. I cut his hair.
I've seen his nipples, and they're like basically the color of like
the rest of his chest.
Like his nipples
not-
are so
they're not even
translucently
pink.
like they're like the lightest possible pink that someone could be.
There. Stop it. Be nice to him. Yeah. And I've cut his. I do hair, and Bear, please, no, not right now.
Not
I
right
do
now.
hair, and I cut his hair, and I dyed his hair, and obviously to dye hair it has to be semi-clean. So he washed his hair kind of, and then it was thin and
It was just the
straight.
built-up of grease over
Gunk.
months that
Yeah.
made it look thick, but his hair is thin.
It's very thin, and I this isn't something I'd lie about either. Like,
What
my
are we
hair's-
gaining here?
Yeah, like,
clout.
my hair's
I want
thin.
clout. I want online clout. So I'm gonna like.
How many times have I
spend
said?
hours doing this because that's what I really want to be doing.
How many times have I said I really don't give a fuck about how many followers I have?
I
And
have
the
to work in the morning.
The fact that I have like almost 300 followers now, I'm like, what? No, please don't follow me. No, I don't want this.
There. That's
I
my
want
charger.
to not
Stop.
worry about what I'm posting, please.
He's got clotheslined by the charges.
There, come on.
But he's also one of the new receipts that was put together for the big Google Doc was he's been saying that he has Asian features and was raised in Asian and Native culture.
That's true. I almost said that's true. That's false. That's never happened.
No.
This is completely different from what
Yeah.
he's told us, and he's told us everything because he doesn't shut the fuck up
No.
about his life and his trauma, and it
Yeah.
changes.
And he calls himself a quarter Native. Because he thinks his grandmother on his father's side was 100% Native.
100%. 100.
I've seen
Pure Native.
There are pictures of the man online because he's a professor. You can look him up. His name's been floating around.
White. I mean colonizer white.
Yeah.
Fair, please. He came from Britain and took over. The only reason he's probably 1/32 Native is probably because his ancestors raped a fucking tribe.
Whole tribe.
An entire tribe. That's why most white people are mixed with Native. Do you know that? Because white people like to rape, especially brown people. So him saying I'm Native is actually very problematic. Very. Like, I'm not even native. And this bothers me.
My aunt at one point did an ancestry thing where she traced our Norwegian ancestors, like, real far back.
I put him in the crate.
Yeah. And the Norwegian ancestors, at one point, sailed to America and brought some native women home. But I do not call myself native because, like, 400 years ago, some Vikings raped some native women. That's not true.
Yeah, he's biting Beavis, and Beavis is trying to sleep.
Let the baby go to sleep. He also thinks that Asians have kinky hair.
Can I go into this, please? Asians. Asia is a continent of very diverse, different countries. Now, Asians don't all have the same characteristics. And the whole fact of too dark to be Asian.
India?
India. Indians are dark-skinned. And that's in Asia. I'm going to lose my shit.
And he also says he was raised in native culture because his dad took him to a powwow.
I went to so many powwows.
They're open spaces.
They are. They encourage people of other, like, races and religions and everything to come so they can experience the culture and it can be normalized, and, like, we won't think of native people as, like, this
historical thing.
Like, that's why powwows are open. Like, there are closed powwows, but almost all the powwows in Rhode Island are open.
Yeah.
I've been to so many.
He tried to
He's
blame
gonna put
you.
on a headdress.
He's trying to blame you for the stolen laptop when Alan stole it from his mom. Because Alan crawled into Tobias's window and took, like, I think it was a guitar and a laptop.
I want to show you guys something, so I'm going to move this. I stole his mommy's laptop, right? This is my laptop. It's a fucking MacBook. You see this shit? Why the fuck would I steal his stupid mother's laptop? This mother who wants me to go to jail for something I didn't. Look at this shit. You see, this is a MacBook Pro. Why would I want to steal a random laptop and go to jail for that? I didn't steal a laptop. I stole, like, if you know that the purple mattress things, I stole one of those, the
like a
squishy
test
things.
one.
Yeah, it's like a squishy, and it's a good sensory feel. I stole that. I stole
Pocket change.
Because he
Batteries.
told me to get it. I stole batteries because I needed them for my camera, and they had a shit ton. Yeah. I stole, I think, playing cards at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I took a bottle of wine because he told me to, and then I drank it. So I can't give that back.
You had to bottle your piss and give it back to them.
Here it is, fresh from the tap. Here you go.
And they threatened to call the police despite your cop trauma.
Yes. Tobias knows about my cop trauma.
They also threatened us with restraining orders.
Yes, wait, no, let me go back to cop trauma. Tobias knows that when I hear a siren, I feel like I need to crawl into the smallest crevice possible because, oh my god, what if it's him and he's coming for me again? He knows this because he's experienced me see mall security and, like, basically run away. So, Tobias wanted to call Rhode Island police on me, knowing that damn well that my rapist was a Rhode Island police officer and may still be one. Go on.
Okay, so there are restraining orders and the letter to his mom and our legal action against him. Then we should probably start another video in case this quits again.
Okay, yeah, we're on 2 hours now.
Yeah, I know.
Restraining orders. They said they were getting a restraining order because we went into that art shop to give his mom a letter. That art shop, we've been going for years. We didn't know when she'd be working, so we just went in there on a chance.
And she was there.
And she was there. So I just gave it to her, and I said, hello, are you, what's your name? I forgot her name. And she said, yes. And I said, here, this is about your son Tobias. And I gave her a letter, and we left.
That was it.
That was it. Tobias claims that we stalked his mother
And
to
learned her
find
work
out.
schedules.
Yeah, to find out when she went to
And
work.
he also thought that, like,
Gosh.
we must have known that his father was out of the country because we didn't go to
What the
his
fuck?
job.
I don't even know. Like, I'm not gonna go into a Catholic school fucking thing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk to his dad. I'm gonna talk to his mom.
Hi, Mommy.
I'm gonna go straight
He
to the birth
says you're
giver.
not his real mommy.
Yeah, I put that in the letter.
Yeah.
I said that he said that she whipped him and all this other stuff. She's still
Her
supporting
husband
him.
raped them.
Yeah.
Is that a firework or a gunshot?
I don't know. I can't tell that time. Anyway,
And our legal action.
we went to the police because he was affecting my online business. He was doxing us. He was threatening us. We couldn't do it anymore. Like, this was actually putting us in danger. We were getting hate mail. So we needed to do something. We went to the fucking Providence Police, which, holy shit. I did it anyway. And we put in a report. Now, we left before that could get followed up on.
I
but-
lost the case number.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
So, but we left anyway. So now it doesn't matter. But we had to go to the police
To get him to stop.
to get him to leave us alone.
I'm pretty sure they followed up on that or, like, went to his house or something because he
Yeah.
didn't. He still is not posting about us.
Yeah.
He's not said our names again.
So, yeah.
All right. So we're gonna address the other things, and yeah, I still have some more bullet points.
Okay, we're gonna do this again. Bye. We're
Part
back.
3.
Part 3.
Whew. Pedophilia.
He's a pedophile.
He's a pedophile.
He's a pedophile. Pedophile.
Yeah.
Boom. He's a pedophile. I say this. Now, Ryan and I
Our victims of pedophilia.
are victims of pedophilia and different types of pedophilia. Right, Ryan?
Yes. I have makeup on.
So do I. And one, I don't know if you want to tell yours, but I'm going to say mine.
My mommy touched me as a baby.
Yes.
And also, I was involved with old men as a teenage boy,
Yes.
a minor.
That's pedophilia. Now, Oh, it's fireworks.
Oh, okay.
I was touched as a little kid by my pastor, and he's a pedophile. And then I'm still trying to get the police to do something about it. Now, also, when I was 13, 14, I had a girlfriend. Her name, I will not say on here, but she was 19. And I was like, oh my god, I must be so mature and pretty for this 19-year-old college student to want me. So we dated, and we did the do several times, because I was a lesbian, and I wanted to do the do with this hot lady college student. Then one day, I realized, wait, I'm baby. She's in college.
This is wrong.
This is wrong, and I'm uncomfortable. And so I went over to her house, and I said, hi, name I will not say. I don't want to do this anymore, because I no longer feel comfortable. And then she responded by doing bad things. So, that was also pedophilia, because I was little. I was baby. I was barely developed. And this college student wanted to put her hands all over me. That's pedophilia. Thanks.
So Tobias hangs out with children. He tells children when he was horny. He
Like,
went...
explicitly.
Yeah.
Not like, oh god, I need to get laid. Like, oh god, I need to get this dick wet. I need a dick inside me. Oh fuck, I should probably be quiet.
Yeah.
So fucking horny. I'm getting louder and louder. Her neighbors are elderly.
Yeah. He went to the youth spaces 13 under days and did not stay in the back room.
Yeah, because
away from them.
you're there.
You're allowed to be there if you're...
Staying in the back library,
Yeah.
away from the minors.
Yeah, if you stay in, like, the other room and, like, just don't go out there, it's fine to wait there for a little bit, especially if you're trying to get a ride.
Yeah. Because, like, after a certain point, it's 13 and under.
Yeah, it was 5 p.m. He would stay
Yeah.
there till, like, 7, 8.
Yeah.
We
With
would
the
leave at,
minors.
like, 5 or 6, trying to get a ride or something.
Yeah, waiting for a lawn or waiting for a bus, waiting for something.
Yeah.
We would not even look at the minors.
No.
The one time I went out was because I wanted a snack.
Yeah. I think I went to, like, go get Cheerios, and I ran back into the library.
Yeah, because that's what you're supposed to do when you're not a
Yeah.
minor and there are babies around.
Yeah. He follows DDLG accounts on Tumblr.
Most of his following is minors. Like, I'm pretty sure most of his following is, like, maybe 11 to, like, 15.
Yeah.
Like, seeing, like, Hoover blogs and stuff, what they say, how they talk to him, all these people seem
And seeing
very
how
young.
he also would like to watch hardcore BDSM because it stopped his panic attacks. I don't want to go into why him following DDLG accounts on an abuse blog is problematic.
Also, he likes to watch porn with children.
Yeah, he exposes minors to porn.
Bad point. Big
at
point.
the prom that the youth space hosted,
Gay prom.
he was only hanging out with 12 to 14-year-olds. And it was on the beach. We all kind of ran into the water at some point, despite it was fucking April, so it was freezing. And, like, he was... Shirts got
I'm pretty
wet.
sure he took his binder off. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
he
he
was,
was
like-
binding at first.
He was kind of exposing himself, like, not
Yeah.
high key, but, like, it got to, like,
Graphic.
What would you say, like a...
Like, he took his binder off, took his top shirt off, he was in a white t-shirt, and he went into the water. He didn't have no...
we
he did
we
not
know
have
what
a bra.
happens when you do that.
And, again, he's heavy. So it was graphic.
Yeah.
And they were kids.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He forces children to talk about their trauma.
Yes. Like, forces them. Like I remember how I
And
told...
forces children to listen to his rape stories.
Yeah. Which changed a lot. He wants it to sound worse every single time.
Yeah, because he adopts more trauma the more he does this.
Yeah.
Like,
so
he forces you to talk about your trauma
So
he
he
can
can
add
adapt.
it to his.
that's what he does.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of his trauma that I'm listening to, I'm like, this is me.
It's
This
just
is
an
Ryan.
amalgamation
This is Alana.
of, like, different people, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
It's
his
like
new...
Alan, me, you, Alana, fucking Darren, like, what the hell?
So, yeah.
The things we don't recognize is probably from all the kids he makes
Talk about
talk about awful things. And told the minor that he was grooming, that I'm in contact with, that it didn't bother him that they had a crush on him, despite... He did turn it down because of the age difference, but he also entertained it.
heavily.
Like, he said it didn't bother him. He still told this minor child that when he was turned on, he told this minor child graphically about his sex life. He made them very uncomfortable, forcing them to talk about their trauma in explicit detail, and would get a manner of upset if, like, it didn't happen, because he wanted to only talk about trauma, really.
Yeah.
Like...
I want to add on to this, though, before we go on to the next point.
Yes.
We are in contact with 2 different minors. We have proof, but we can't post the proof without outing who they are.
Yeah.
So we're not lying about this. I'm sure you guys can tell that we're not interested in lies at this point.
These videos, honestly, videos are mostly being posted in direct response to his, like, fucking 7 to 9 screenshots
Yeah.
of angry messages to a minor.
This is...
blaming them for talking to me about the grooming.
Yeah. And giving us permission to give the story without outing them or
Yeah.
putting any real screenshots or anything. So I do want to say that the screenshots that you guys saw of him telling off this minor never got sent. He posted that purely for clout and to, like, clear up.
The minor has him blocked, so...
And it was to this minor.
Yeah, like, with the context, like, we were talking, and it's most likely was sent to them, but they didn't get it because they had him blocked.
They blocked him for
he's
obvious
creepy
reasons. Yeah.
and makes them uncomfortable. But, in talking to other people who share our views on Tobias, someone said that it's very performative. Like, the way I was reacting to it, like, this sounds very forceful. Like, it's very performative and obviously meant to
Be read
be
as...
screenshotted
yeah.
and read. So, that's that. Because that's not even, like... You don't talk to people like that.
No, that was like, I'm not a pedophile. I'm not a pedophile.
I'm not a pedophile. This is why. Like, I can't be a
It's
pedophile
funny.
because I told you not to hook up with a pedophile. That wasn't true.
That didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
I just... Tobias... If you guys have been following this, some people have been following it since the beginning, which was last year. If you've been following this, you know that Tobias responds to every point, whether he actually read it or not, but he tries to touch on every point, even if it's nonsense.
Oh, yeah.
This was posted for a while, and he still didn't address it.
Yeah, it was like 2 days.
Because this is my theory of
He
why.
took 2 days to sit on this.
That doesn't happen. He usually replies, like, immediately.
15 minutes.
But my theory of why is because all our other proof comes from us, the friends that knew him in real life. So, since you guys don't know us, he can frame us as
Horrible
abusive,
abusers.
liars, people that hate him because
White.
he's white. So, of course, like, I don't even blame people for, like, not believing us, because, like, who the fuck are we?
Yeah, some randos.
Yeah.
He is the one who's running a very popular blog that helps a lot of people.
Helps. And so when we had proof from one of his, like, a few of his followers that we don't know in real life and can't be outed, so he doesn't know who they are, but he recognizes these stories and know that they happen. He's like, oh God, which one's that?
Yeah.
He can't claim every random person is an abusive liar who hates him.
Yeah.
So he really had to think of how
How
I
to
make
frame
this go
this.
away.
Well, it's not going to go away.
Do not let it go away.
I'm not going to let this go away.
He's a pedophile. Please do not let him get away with this.
And now he wants to go kidnap some kids.
His plan, I got into his plan because of Discord. We had so many undercovers coming to us. We didn't even ask for it, but I love you guys. You guys are so awesome. You helped us so much. Part of his plan was to, so he started telling people that there would be no casualties because the government...
That's how he got people into it.
Yeah, let me talk. He said that there were not going to be any casualties because the government won't shoot that many people, even though he planned on getting bulletproof bulletproof vests, guns, and everything else. Like, he expected to go in there full armed, but the government wouldn't do it because there were too many people. That doesn't happen. If you guys have ever seen, like, a protest go on with, like, thousands of people, you know what happens. The government doesn't go, oh, damn, this is bad in the media, we can't do that. No, they shoot, and they kill people.
And then they kill the press.
And then nobody remembers it, because that was yesterday's news.
And everyone who was there died.
Yes. So, that's what, like, a lot of people were like, oh god, like, yeah, this guy's fucking crazy. But, his plan that happened in this Discord and then got deleted, his plan was to get there, somehow get in, and if he goes to leave with basically, if they were going to shoot, he was going to say, well, they'll shoot the brown kids, the kids that we're rescuing, and then the world will see how bad this is. He was going to sacrifice
children.
The children that he was trying to save. That was his plan. Like, I have screenshots. I'll probably post the screenshots here. That was his plan. I had to, like, leave my house.
He was never planning on really saving them.
He was never planning on saving them. He was planning on getting them killed.
That's why he never had any answers to, okay, where are you going to house them? How are you going to feed them?
Because he wasn't
Diapers are
going
expensive.
to.
No, he's going to let them be shot so he could be a hero.
Yeah. He was going to sacrifice these children. And being a Spanish person myself and knowing how my family got here, holy shit, this made me so angry and I think I'm gonna cry.
Let's move on to the next point,
Yes.
though, because I have the Ice Raid stuff on a later point,
Okay.
but now we have virtual blackface. A lot of people, I discovered, didn't know he was white until the pictures of him started circulating. A lot of people thought that he was
like,
black.
Yeah, or Spanish, like dark-skinned Spanish.
Yeah. He acts holier than thou because he listens to African music. Like, that's...
Can I just say
he
that
acts like a hipster. Like, I liked the Imbira before it was cool.
I'm black and I don't listen to African music. One of my grandfathers, my adopted grandfather, is from Liberia. Like, from Liberia. Like, he came here.
Yeah.
I don't listen to African music.
That's the man who raised your mom.
Yeah. I don't listen to African music. I don't claim to be more black or, like, more ethnic because I listen to it. I listen to pop, country, like, R&B, like, alternative rock.
Bear, please.
This is just really funny to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He also says he does not want whites interacting with his blog, despite being himself a white.
He said specifically white straight men.
Yeah.
He's a white straight man.
Yeah.
Or is he not a man at all? That's problematic. I'm gonna say it anyway.
He also... there was a Google Doc now that's been made with collecting all of the receipts in one place. All things that come from his own blog. He made a joke about giving black people in Area 51 AIDS.
Are we not gonna talk about the crisis that happened already? When that happened?
Oh my god.
He's white. He has not a drop of black in his blood. And he... Oh my god. I need to calm my dog down. You can keep going without me.
So yeah, he is white. Very white. I'm not even gonna... I'm pretty sure we all know that that's horrible. Let's go on to speaking over black people on black topics. Especially black women, yes. He speaks over black women on black topics because he acts like he knows more because he's like an activist, like an SJW. So therefore, he's so knowledgeable on race and race dynamics and intra-community stuff. Like about the effects of being gay and black. Or the effects of being black and a woman and on feminism and like all this stuff that he doesn't get to talk about because he's not fucking black.
Or a woman.
Or a woman.
Or gay.
Or gay, yeah. He also has called a black person Hitler for...
Worse than Hitler.
Worse than Hitler for not agreeing with him.
I'm stressed and I want a cat.
Yeah, so he also admitted to race faking because he... on something because someone called him the N-word by texting him.
It's most likely a black person.
Yeah,
making a joke.
Yeah, because that's what happened in the Discord after it was
Yeah,
rated.
all the N-word drops were all black people. I confirmed this afterwards.
Yeah. So in that screenshot when he posted that and of someone calling him the N-word, he was like, you shouldn't even call me this. I'm not even a POC. So he admits to it. He admits to not being a quarter black and a half Asian and a quarter native.
Didn't he say he got like 75% of his DNA from his mom?
Yeah. Because
75%.
if he wants his mom to be Asian but also black or Hispanic, that'd be like 75%. And he also said that he's POC on one side, which is just fucking hilarious.
Not even a POC.
No, not.
Might be wrong too, but I'm person of color on my left side.
Yeah.
This is funny.
He also said POC mother instead of saying mother was a woman of color or my mother was of color. No, I have a person of color mother. Like what? Do you not know how grammar works, you dumb fuck?
I have a person of color mother. She's darker than me, so that makes her a person of color mother. Or no, I'm a person of color.
And he's also called black people who disagree with him white.
Yeah. And whenever a black person makes up a good point, it's like, yeah, that's something a white person would say. Like, are you saying that only white people can make good points? Are you saying that black people can't make good points?
No, because it's saying that, like, if you were black, you'd actually be agreeing with me because I'm the god on black issues.
I know what I'm talking about, and I'm helping you. Why don't you
I spoke at a protest once, so therefore I'm honorarily black. Transmisogyny.
Oh.
Equating penises to masculinity. How he can't even think about or hold hands with someone with a penis.
No. He said that he couldn't even hold hands with a trans woman. Whatever. He can't even hold hands with a trans woman, never mind have sex with one. That's
Yeah.
what he said.
Because of penises.
Because they have penis. You know how all trans women have penises.
All trans women have penises. Every single one of them. So that's problematic.
Imagine you can't hold hands with someone with a penis. I like the pause that just happened.
Will not admit that there are less trans women than trans men because of trans misogyny.
That was something that happened a while ago, and I barely remember it, but I remember him saying that. Because he was
Yeah.
like, have you ever realized that there's more trans men than there are trans women? I was like, yeah, that's because trans women get murdered. And so no one wants to come out.
Trans men survive.
Yeah.
Because we can be stealth.
He wouldn't
much easier.
admit that trans women are more oppressed or in more danger. And this is when we had one big fight.
If he could call himself a trans woman, he 100% would, just for the oppression points.
I need to say something.
Okay.
So, I'm intersex, okay? This is something I'm going to touch on later, but I'm intersex. I was born with 2 sets of genitalia. One is gone now. So, I feel like since I've gone through life as life as a male, life as a female, life as a man, life as a woman, and since I present as both, I consider myself both trans femme and trans masc because I also suffer from trans misogyny, but sometimes I'm trans misogyny exempt. So I consider myself both because I can go down the street and get called a T-slur, and no one actually knows what I have, and I can go down the street and like get called the F word, not fuck, and still no one knows what I have. So I call myself both things, and he once called me problematic and trans misogynist and transphobic for saying that I identify with trans femininity.
He also says all male cats are trans women.
Yeah, he does.
He refused to let Alana's cat be a boy. Because obviously cats have concepts of gender.
Yeah. Peebus, did you know that you're a lady? Peebus. Oh, that's not Peebus. Where's Peebus? Oh my god, I've been bamboozled. These are 2 girls because Peebus is now a boy because he has a dick. Oh no, he's now a girl because he has a dick. But this one's also a girl because she has a vagina. Because all cats
can
are
only be
girls.
women. Women cats only.
All cats are girls. Sorry, Peebus. If
He
you
would
want
like
to be a boy.
make us uncomfortable. By,
Yeah, like he would yell at us.
Yeah, like gendering Alana's cat as female. Poor Wilson.
If I said he would yell at me.
Yeah, like he got really serious about
And
it.
I'm like, okay, first of all, the cat doesn't care. First of all, I don't care, but I'm just gonna say he because
It's a cat.
It's a cat, and I've been calling it he because it's a boy. But
It's
even
a boy cat.
If I called it she, it wouldn't care
Because it's a fucking cat.
this cat doesn't speak English. Why are you pushing gender roles
This
on
cat
this cat?
speaks Spanish. He also called a trans person a TERF for saying that he, a man, should not reblog lesbian-specific posts. Tobias thinks that he can speak on lesbian issues and reblog lesbian-centered posts because he
Once thought he
used
was
to
a
be a lesbian, I guess, but he's a man now and benefits from male privilege.
Ryan,
Yeah.
did you know that all straight men are lesbians? I mean, stop. All straight trans men are lesbians?
Shut up.
Or is it all trans men are lesbians? Because almost every trans man went through the lesbian phase, so... Did you know you're a lesbian?
Do you know that you're a lesbian?
I love girls. Anyway.
He allows TERFs to follow him as long as they acknowledge he's trans, and he waters down the definition of TERF. There's a linked post with the Google Doc that says that if you exclude trans women and sex workers from your activism, that doesn't necessarily make you a TERF or SWERF.
No, he said doesn't make you, not necessarily. It doesn't make you a TERF or SWERF. Because TERFs and SWERFs are different. Somehow. You can be a feminist and exclude trans people, but that doesn't make you a trans-exempt feminist. Radical feminist.
Exclusionary.
Whatever. Exclusionist, whatever fucking TERF is.
It's past midnight.
English is hard.
Lesbophobia.
Lesbophobia.
Said lesbians can be attracted to men.
Trans men, specifically.
Yeah.
Maybe
he is, because he only thinks about pussy.
I feel the need to, I feel like the only exception here is if you're dating your girlfriend, then all of a sudden your girlfriend's your boyfriend. I feel like that's, the one time. But if a lesbian's like, oh, you're a trans guy and I'm a lesbian, but I like you, that makes you bi.
That movie that's coming out?
Yeah, that makes you bi. Sorry, I don't make the rules, I just enforce them.
Faked being a girl to date a lesbian.
Yeah.
We outed him on that.
And he tried to say that he wasn't a girl. I mean, no, that he wasn't a boy.
Yeah, even though we had the receipts of,
him being actively...
earlier dated Tumblr posts and, social media posts of him being a tran. Maybe you shouldn't fucking try to fuck lesbians if you're already calling yourself a boy. Now that's manipulation.
That's because she was pretty.
Yeah.
And she was a lesbian, so he had to be a girl, obviously.
You couldn't just find a
How else would he get in her pants?
If only she was a minor.
If only she was a minor and easily manipulated.
And abused.
And abused. Yeah. They can't all be that easy, Ryan.
Yeah. Said someone isn't truly trans if they can't relate to lesbian posts.
Do I have to go into this? Not even trans mass, just trans.
Yeah.
I don't even think we have to talk about that one. I think you know. I think
he's
you know.
Also we kind of popped in on this earlier. He says fag despite not being a gay man. I'm not exactly 100% on this, but I'm pretty sure I've heard him say the D slur.
I've heard him say D slur.
But again, I can't pull it up right now. I don't have the active receipts, but I'm pretty sure I heard him say it.
I'm pretty sure too.
Yeah, it's been a few years, so fuck me if I'm wrong. That's the one thing I'll be wrong about in this whole thing. But he definitely says fag despite not being a gay man. He's never been called a fag.
Yeah.
He's anti-Semitic. He compares people he disagrees with to Hitler-like or worse than Hitler.
Even Jewish people. He calls Jewish people Hitler if they don't agree with him on Jewish-related things.
Also,
he's not Jewish.
He was planning the ICE raid with an ex-Nazi who says all white trans women were Nazis once.
My white trans woman friend was not happy about that statement.
I saw, yeah.
Yeah. She was upset. This person is an ex-Nazi, but still has
using Nazi rhetoric.
Yes.
About using brown kids as political pawns. Because
this
you're
is
not
the person that
them.
helped him plan...
Make it up, yeah.
The sacrifice, the mass sacrifice.
The massacre.
The massacre. The genocide.
Yeah.
You know.
Because, if we can't find their families, we'll just put them in the foster system. Where they can be renamed and given culture.
Like the natives.
Cultural genocide is a term that we use on this situation. And now we're at the ICE raid and Nazi rhetoric. I already kind of put one on that one. And the Jesse figurehead. That lasted for a few hours.
Just in case you don't know.
Yeah.
Jesse. Can I say it now? 'Cause I'm pretty sure that Discord's done and this person was kicked out anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Jesse. I want to say this one.
Don't go into, huge detail, but,
I know, I'm not going to go into huge detail. Jesse was planned by his dad because... We know this because, it was posted in the general chat first before he realized that he wasn't in DMs.
Then he deleted it all.
Yeah. The whole thing's deleted now, though, because it's over.
Yeah.
But hopefully...
No, we still have the receipts, though.
Yeah. So, Jesse was a fake person made up because everyone hates Tobias. So obviously he couldn't actually lead this, be the active leader. So he contacted a minor and asked them if they're good at lying. They said, yeah. And he said that he needed them to pretend to be... I know, but I want to summarize it. He wanted them to pretend to be a 29-year-old cis white man named Jesse.
No, not white, Latino.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't it light-skinned Latino, though, or was it just Latino?
He doesn't specify in the message.
Okay, so...
I need you to pretend you're 29 and your name is Jesse and you are a cis man. I need a fake organizer desperately. And that's all I said in the general chat, but we found out the rest of it because...
Yeah, He didn't know that the person he assigned that to was working with us. So
Shocker!
They came to us and was like, y'all.
A lot
Guess
of his
what?
fucking mods.
Shh, stop yelling, Ryan. It's 12 in the morning.
I'm tired.
Our
I'm
neighbors are
mad.
old.
A lot of the mods
They need to sleep.
were undercovers.
I think that almost everyone in the chat was undercover.
Yeah.
Thinking about it now, because no one was really taking it seriously except for like a few 12-year-olds because
And a couple
they're
of
kids.
Nazis.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of Nazis. There were a lot of Nazis. Big surprise. What's next? Classical Crisis?
Yeah. And
Classical Crisis. I think we already went into Classical Crisis.
a little bit, but not really. With the new part of him getting suicidal over Alana taking the login back.
Oh yeah, this is my revelation time, right?
Yep.
So,
Ouch.
I'm sorry. Me, I have brain damage, so my thoughts work a little slower. And so when I am, and I don't get to actively think if I'm doing something. So when I'm doing dishes, I can actively think because there's nothing for me to really think about. It's just washing dishes. So I have a lot of revelations when I'm washing dishes. One of them was that he's a pedophile and that his blog is a trap, which is a whole post on that. I'm not going to go into it because I don't want this video to be 3 hours long.
Or close.
We are close. We're at 2 hours and a half. But, so my latest one was Ryan. And Ryan said, yes, Sam. And I said, I think I know why Tobias is freaking out over losing this Instagram that isn't his.
Why is that?
Because he says that the only proof of his rape is on that Instagram.
Proof.
You're supposed to. We're having a conversation.
Okay.
Play along. God damn it.
I'm sorry.
The only proof of his rape is on that Instagram.
Yeah.
Now, we've talked to quite a few survivors, so it's not only us. When you are raped, is there really any physical proof that you can show to people?
Usually the emotional torment is enough.
Yeah, some of us have like physical scars, but nothing that really screams proof. Like the posts weren't screenshots, were they? Were they videos?
No, he was just telling the story.
So the only proof on that Instagram of him being raped was his telling the story that he could retell thousands of times if he wanted to, right?
Yeah.
So maybe he needed access to that so he could remember what he was saying in the first place because it didn't happen.
And that fits.
And it fits perfectly.
Because he lost his shit over the fact that he might...
Never get to see that screenshot again.
Yeah, it might get deleted. Alana's not going to delete it because...
I've tried to get them to, honestly.
Yeah.
I want to destroy Tobias' life because he's a pedophile and a user and everything. But Alana's too good of a person.
Yeah, so they just locked him out of it and
Archived everything.
Yeah, archived everything. They're the only person with the login access.
He's tried to log in, but he can't because two-factor off.
Yeah, I saw the screenshots of that Alana sent. That was funny. But yeah, the 2 factors on, so Tobias can't get it.
We have almost disproved all of his trauma.
Yeah.
Because it builds whenever he hears a new story. It's like, you know the face stealer legend? Like, you look at it and it steals your face?
Yeah.
He's that, but with stories and trauma. And he was never raped.
Yeah.
He needs that to keep his story at least semi-coherent and semi-sane.
Yeah, especially because he went out about it and, like, told a bunch of people. That's when you usually need to start keeping it straight, when, like, hundreds of people know.
Thousands of people.
Yeah.
He probably wrote it on his Tumblr.
Oh, no, he definitely has.
So he doesn't have access to the original document anymore, his original story. So, oh my god, what if I forget a part or I change it? Then people will know I'm lying.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Can't let that happen. So, let's threaten suicide.
Because Alana will obviously give my account back if I kill myself.
Oh, he thought someone hacked it. He still hasn't addressed the fact that it's Alana.
No, he has.
Oh, yeah?
Because he won't say our names anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Inadvertently, he said it was Alana.
Scared him with police.
Yeah.
He still hasn't said our names, which is very good.
He's talking very loud. They're trying to sleep.
I want to go to sleep, too.
Okay. Anyway, I think that's everything.
Yeah, it's everything.
So, goddamn fucking roach. if you have questions,
DM
message
us.
me or him. He works, so message me. I don't work because I'm a bitch.
I mean, I'm about to have 10 days off because we're visiting
yeah,
your
but that's
mom.
my birthday. So message me. I'm the Vavitch bitch.
I am literally real dead stuff.
I'll like put my Tumblr and everything in it. It's probably gonna be posted on my Tumblr anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm Zane. That's Ryan. You can if you need to come forward about something. Obviously, you've seen we keep everyone anonymous. Just let us know. We won't even tell your story if you don't want us to. We
have to have explicit permission.
Yeah, I was actually trained in dealing with trauma by a therapist. If you need help and you need to talk and you're scared to talk to anyone else because you're a minor and therapists have to report stuff, you can talk to me. And I swear to God, it will not
We're
go
not
anywhere.
going to steal your story.
We're not going to steal your story. I've been there. I'm trained in this. So if you need this, I will help you.
Mm-hmm.
And I am begging you to talk to someone who knows what they're doing and not someone who will manipulate you and use you
and force you to talk about things you are not ready to talk about.
Yeah. So if you need to talk to someone, please talk to me.
We're your dads now.
Or we're your dads now. And I can, if you are feeling awful, I can point you to different like resources and everything that will keep you completely anonymous. We were actually talking about, since this trauma blog turned out so awfully, we might, for the people who need it, we might try to open one that is actually healthy.
Yeah, like create a space that's pro-recovery.
Yeah, instead of pro...
Trauma.
He said that he only wants to talk about trauma. He said that he wants his blog to only be about trauma. We might open a recovery blog to where you can still talk about your trauma, but we can help you get over it.
And there's actual trigger warnings on things.
Yeah. Instead of just thinking about your trauma over and over and over again.
We're going to move by it. We're going to get out of it. It's going to get better.
So, anyway, we're done here.
Good night.
Good night. It is
12:30.
12:30. Ryan has to go to work. And I have to edit this video, if I even edit it at all. And I need to post it. So, we're your new dads now. We love you. Please, if you're a minor especially, please do not. Just block Tobias.
Yeah.
Please, I'm begging you. He is going to use you. He is going to be creepy. He is not someone who should ever be around children. So, yeah.
Also, if you saw the post that has his address and number, I very much recommend you to keep calling him, keep texting him, and send him weird things in the mail.
Also, we're not the ones that posted the number or the address, and it's not technically doxing because it was already on his profile.
Yeah, he posted it on his Facebook, and
his Tumblr.
Yeah. Tumblr's very deep down there, so if you don't believe us, it is on his Facebook.
Yeah. Okay.
Good night.
Good night.